History from Nashua North High School here on Nashua ETV. Today it is Nashua North against Bishop Guertin. I'm Tom King along with Rich McDonough, and Rich, it's a day of history, right?
History.
I mean, maybe not perfect history that we want to make, but history as it is. Unless you've been living under a rock in the area, you know that Stello Stadium has been shut down for the remainder of the fall season due to safety concerns of the turf field that badly needs replacement. So games are being shifted all over, and the first one, this is the first football game affected, and it's here at Nashua North. I mean, they have the field, they have the stands, we've got power, we've got your truck, or BG's truck.
We got the Szymanski vehicle.
The Szymanski vehicle.
Yes.
So we are able to do a game, and you know what? This is a must-win for both teams. Nashua North badly needs a win, but Guertin coming in 1-2 in the division, 2-2 overall after an impressive performance at North Middlesex, but 1-2 in the division. They don't want to go 1-3 and have themselves fall behind in a playoff chase.
Well, you mentioned the field, Tom. The field here, this is a beautiful grass field. It's barely ever used. ADs all over are doing the scramble drill. It's perfect for football season. But yes, must win for both teams. Again, North comes in winless at 0-4, BG 2-2, 1-2 in the state, in the division. You don't get any points for out-of-state games. And this is a must-win per Coach Nalen. They absolutely have to make things work today. And they have to just bring some intensity.
And of course, the offense for Bishop Guertin seems to be the running and throwing of Nate Bowen and the running of A.J. Holmes.
So I think we're going to see a lot of the fella wearing number 27 in red shoes today with Holmes.
Too. And on a grass field, it might take him a while to get going and get a rhythm. Nashua North, Luke Peters. He burned Guertin last year.
He made the critical plays.
And you know what? He got more playing time coming off that injury to his shoulder last week, and when he was running the ball, that was the best offense North has had almost all year long.
I was out of state, so I missed it, and I heard he played very well. But they're gonna need him. They're also gonna need Tom. I think their big five. Canaway's got to be sharp behind under center. Peters, obviously, Krulikowski, Sase, and Burris, the young wide receiver wearing number 80. He impressed in our first game that
he did. They're going to need to get their offense in gear because they didn't score a touchdown until Peters got in the end zone last week.
Right.
Last Friday night against Nashua South. They were up 10-6, and then defensively they just couldn't stop South, especially in the passing game.
Right.
And they were kind of shell-shocked losing 41-10. So this would kind of make their season a little bit if they win this game. And so Guertin and North, it's always an entertaining game, and North always seems to have Guertin's numbers. So let's see how this works out today. North is going to receive. Rich McDonough, play-by-play, take it away. As long as I can shoot from this angle, I'll be able to stay up here with you for a while.
I got to say, I feel like we're doing an old Georgia Satellites video from the back of a flatbed here.
Exactly.
All right. Here we go. Opening kickoff here, and that's Bowen in to do the duties, number 19. Also the quarterback. He's young. He's a sophomore. He's got some talent. That's a good opening run back right there by Dylan Noble. Number 14 carries it out. Bowen made that tackle as well. In addition, he's doing triple duty already.
Noble has been their return man all year, and he's done a really good job at it.
All right, and the fellas in blue are going from their 43, 1st and 10. And this is the first ever
varsity
home game here at
I believe
varsity
they played JV games here.
Yeah,
they must have,
first
right?
ever varsity game on this campus. That's you know, it's a little bit of make lemonade out of lemons, but it's exciting.
They have the facility, and they're able to do it, so that's the most important thing, right?
All right, just what you advertised, my friend. There goes Luke Peters, number 6, with a great gain out there. And
that's the key right there is Luke Peters.
And it looks like Redfern and Goldstein were on the tackle out there, but he gained a big chunk of yardage on first down, gets into BG territory, and they don't waste any time. Canaway gets him set and takes a look out of the field. We're going to have a hard time calling sets out here. And there he goes, Peters again. He's just a hustler, is he not, Tom? You've seen him for a long time.
He is, boy. He is tough. He's tough defensively. He's tough offensively. And he's got them down at the 20. If I look at it, he's probably at the 13-yard line.
And they have the yard markers on the near side, so we're not going to be able to see them through the.
I know
through the trees on the Bishop Guertin line there.
Exactly.
And to add to that, our scoreboard's washed out in the direct sunshine. All right, here goes Peters. It's student body right every play here so far. That time they kind of finally diagnosed him, and Connolly made that play, and it looks like he gained 1 yard. That'll make it 2nd and 9. And this time they huddle up. They take a deep breath, and Peters goes out. And coming in for him is Roy Cortez. Excuse me, not Roy Cortez. That's to say, who's a really shifty, dynamic player in the backfield.
North challenging already.
Early on the first quarter, it's 10 and a half left on the clock, so only 90 seconds gone.
That's going to be Sasay, I believe.
Sasay goes through the through the one hole there, gets up to the second level. Pretty good carry. And Kearns makes that tackle. Bishop Kearns, he's a sophomore. Good player. He's going to be a very good player for Nayland. They're a little banged up themselves, just like Nash. I think Canaway's a little dinged up. Maybe his mobility is going to be a little challenged. But he's very crafty when he gets outside the pocket if he gets flushed.
3rd and 5. 2-down territory for North, you have to think.
Oh, yeah. All right, and they hand off to Peters this time and ganging up. Good gang tackle
play, and they just cannot get the room.
And Kearns.
I'm surprised they didn't try a fake to Peters and then throw it in the left flat where there's a lot of room.
Yeah, I was screaming for a little bit of play action there. A.J. Holmes joined in on the tackle, and that bring up 4th down after a gain of 1. All right, we're under 10 minutes already. And with a lot of running, Tom, this could be a very fast-moving game.
It very, very well could be.
All right, we got an official
timeout
whistle there, probably resetting things. Yeah, it was, debris on the field.
Sideline warning. Well, you know what? There's not a lot of room on these sidelines, so you're going to see more of that throughout this game.
The warning should be don't take one step forward or get a warning.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look at the numbers.
Yeah, huge
numbers for Guertin compared to North. I'm surprised at this.
Well, it looks like they brought some of their freshman fellas out for the game.
Looks that way,
yep.
4th down.
This is big. Looks like a little bit of almost an inside handoff, and it was really sniffed out. And Peters can't get that one done, and Aaron Chimalecki, one of the captains, and also a terrific lineman, makes the play, and that's a turnover on down, folks. It's going to be BG 1st and 10. And instantly into their offense, had a play called on the sideline, and Bowen, number 19, the lanky sophomore who's finding his rhythm. You've gotten to see him a couple times, Tom, and my sense is he's improving week by week.
He's taking it over. He's got good poise.
Right.
He knows when to get rid of the ball, and there's a completion right there out across the 10-yard line up to the 15.
Yeah, that's Cole Reeves. Good tackle in there by Dylan Noble. We've called his number twice already since he did the opening kickoff. But they did gain 8 there, Tom, and that'll make it 3rd and 2. Our buddy Jason Roby, and co-anchor at times, does the PA work, and he's Johnny on the spot, old football salt coach himself. And there goes A.J. Holmes
and
twisting.
Spins, twists. You know, in a story I did for today on NashvilleTelegraph.com, Anthony Nayland said he's a weird runner. You know, he's not real breakaway, and he's not real pound. He's in between.
But he's got an engine. He has an engine. He just doesn't quit.
He does.
And he gained just short. He just got by the nose of a football, it looked like. I can't see the angle from here, and that's just the way it's going to be today. We're kind of just a little over field level.
Yeah, if everything was down at our end, we'd be fine. But, the jump.
Well, that's why I got LASIK surgery, Tom. Yeah, and I tell you, that's hallmark BG. Mike McDonough, my kid, who was the QB last year, and Nayland himself was an all-state quarterback in Massachusetts, and they are great with the cadence and getting guys to jump. And that'll make it 1st and 5 as we wind toward the 8-minute mark. Again, Rich McDonough here with Tom King on a gorgeous October afternoon. And there goes Holmes again. I predicted a steady diet of A.J. Holmes.
There he goes.
And I think he did go out of bounds there. Good gang tackle there. Yeah, Yandel Velasquez made that tackle, number 24. And he did get just enough. He keeps moving the chains. And that was one of the things, Tom, I talked about with Coach Nalen. They want to stay ahead of the sticks.
Yep.
Make manageable.
Have to do it.
Manageable second and third downs.
They're at the 30 right now.
And there's a little in the flats.
That had a play. They had room there and just couldn't hang on to the football. Out in the flat, he probably would have been able to get up across the 40.
Well, and we've seen Alex Dolan. He's very fast and shifty. And I think he was looking downfield ahead of the ball, and he took his eyes off of it. There's a little in front of him.
No huddle for Guertin.
All right, Bowen sets it up and looks out, a little bit of inside slant there, and he finds Cole Reeves again. Cole Reeves, another dynamic, shifty player.
Yeah, a nice spin move by Reeves, and that gets him the extra yardage he needs, and he's out to the 40-yard line.
And I got to say, inside, it was Sam Doty, the guard, blocking down and creating a really nice passing lane for Bowen on the line. Great job. Lining it up again. Bowen is in the pistol this time.
3rd and 2.
There's an inside handoff, gives it off to Connolly. Connolly tries to break outside and finds himself at the second level and gets well beyond the line to gain. That'll be moving the sticks, first down again for BG.
Anthony Nalen said after last week's game, as though while A.J. Holmes has to carry a lot of the load, there are other backs they've been trying to get involved, and they just got Connolly involved right there.
Well, I don't think it's a rope-a-dope because Nalen does want to do these little flare passes. I don't know that they'll have the deep passing game like they had last year with Szymanski and McDonough under center, and then obviously a 6'6" flanker. Incomplete.
Yeah.
It was a good throw. It was right on the numbers there.
Well, it wasn't. It was thrown into triple coverage.
Yep. But it hit him right in the hands. Sam Fayad couldn't hang on.
But he wouldn't have had much yardage on it anyway. I think that they're better off right now. They're showing that they can run the football. I'd stick with the run if I were them. I really would. I mean, they've got positive yardage every time in their run game.
All right, and Andre Steinbruck checks in at quarterback. Or he's at the running back position. He's the alternate quarterback. It was kind of a quarterback dual battle preseason, right, Tom? And
yes,
Bowen won it out.
And Bowen won the job and with his play.
But Steinbruck's got great feet and nice block downfield. And hey, Steinbruck, he's on the field, running back. I'll do anything. He made a beautiful block there.
Yep.
And he picks up 8. That makes it 2nd and 2, Tom. Clock running as we hit 6:05 and counting in the first quarter. And we're still at 0-0 here on a gorgeous fall day on the beautiful grass field here at Nashua North.
That's just it. If you want a silver lining, it's a beautiful, gorgeous afternoon for a football game.
This is a blessed football afternoon. And the fans give him a lot of credit.
Here's Holmes.
There goes Holmes. He goes right side, brought down from behind.
Holmes tries the outside.
It's the kind of back Holmes is early on in a game. He's going to get you 3, 4, 5. And he gets a first down there again. They're at the 41-yard line.
41-yard line. I tell you, Dylan Noble, 14, is all over the field. This kid is so quick in pursuit. His run back was terrific on the opening kickoff. And, boy, kind of a Swiss Army knife that I'm seeing so far, Tom.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the 41. And once again, Bowen is in the shotgun this time, has Holmes to the left, and we got a whistle.
A whistle and an equipment issue, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like Alex Dolan had mouthpiece and chin strap issue.
Yep, so out he comes and in.
So that's an official timeout, folks. It's not a team timeout either way.
They goes just Brody number 1.
Oh, Brody Blood is
Brody
in.
Blood,
on the you got 2. Yeah. Backpedaling in the receiver court. Oh, it's up and over, and there's interference there. And we're calling Dylan Noble. He got a fistful of jersey.
What he did was he held him up right there and stumbling.
I got to say, we've watched Brian Connolly. He's fast. I think he's gone if he doesn't hold him.
I think so, too. And
They had that diagnosed. They got the man coverage.
That's just it. See, I think Nalen knew it too, so that was the thing.
Well, Nalen is a quarterback, and he's a quarterback's coach, and he's a very good diagnostic coach. He saw that.
Remember, pass interference isn't at the spot of the foul. It's at the line of scrimmage, 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty, yep.
So in high school, so it's down to the 27-yard line.
All right, 27. It's going to be 1st and 10. BG with a nice sustained drive here after taking it over on downs deep in their own defensive zone. When Nashua North looked like it had some mojo, Tom. All right, we're back to the shotgun for Bowen. He looks left and throws a dart outside. It hits Cole Reeves in the hand.
And drops it.
Can't hang on once again.
That's because of the defensive play by North. A nice... Yandel Velasquez knocked it out of his hands.
Yeah, it's just a great reach, but Reeves got to clamp onto the ball and hug it into his body immediately.
I'll tell you what, Guertin's got to be careful here. They throw on first down a lot. They've been doing it every time. I think they're going to get too predictable if they keep doing that.
Just when you think it's predictable?
And Nashua North secondary is good. Watch out. They're going to try to fake the blitz. See how
they were creeping
works.
up in the box. Are they going to go 3, 4, 5? Who knows? And pitch to Holmes right side. He gets beyond the line of scrimmage and into the second level. Good gang tackle out there by Nashua North. It looked like Jedwin Uveris on the tackle, but A.J. Holmes picks up 5 on second.
About 5 for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
they're
just
at
barely 5.
About the 22-yard line.
22, so we will see here, all right?
They don't have the hash marks. They had to go into emergency line painting, so we'll do our best to estimate here.
Well, it's pretty clear. It's the 21,
22-yard line.
21, 22-yard line,
Yep, and it is 3rd and 5. All right, this is a big play right here.
It's going to be the handoff to
Here comes the pitch. Reeves takes it, gets run down from behind.
Doesn't get close.
By Uveris again.
He got over to the
Looks
19.
like he's just inside the 20, yeah.
Yeah, did not get close. The North has seen that play a lot this year.
And they're not wasting any time. They go right into their set there. And this time, creeping up under center is Bowen.
4th and 3 from the 19.
They're trying to get him to jump.
Yep.
And now he looks back at his, here we go, looking for the A gap here. An inside handoff, that's classic Nalen.
Boy.
And what a, that is a thumping run there by Feliciano, who's done good work. He had a good touchdown.
There's another back, right, he played well last week, and, and he had a touchdown 2 weeks earlier. There's another back that does something.
Well, and we saw the first game, Hudson Schmidt, who's a terrific athlete.
Yeah, out for the year.
He's gone for the year with that
and so
collarbone.
is Logan Kern.
So. That's right. So Feliciano's got to step up. They're going to need some creative play calling. So far, so good.
1st and 10 at the 14.
If you're a Cardinals fan. Yep, 1st and 10, 14-yard line. Holmes comes in motion, then drifts back into the backfield. And here comes, that's a fake little play action, a high throw. He was looking for Sam Fayyad, one of the 4 captains on this team, and he couldn't get enough hops to get that one down. That'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals.
10 at the 14. Another, I just think the throw on first down has been almost every series.
It's good if it works.
And it hasn't worked.
All right, here we go. As Tom King said,
because that sets up a possible 3rd down where you've got to throw, and it's not,
well, and that's not consistent with staying ahead of the chains.
No.
That was a philosophy coming in that Coach Nalen painted for us pregame.
Their running game is dominated on this drive.
All right, fake goes to Steinbruck, and Bowen goes through the 4-hole there.
And see, that's a great play on first down, right?
Right.
That's a great first down play, not so much on 2nd down.
And Krulikowski, one of the guys I mentioned pregame, important for this team, he made the tackle, and that makes it 3rd down and a long 6, probably 7. Again, because of the emergency field switch here, we don't have hash marks, and we will do our best guesstimate.
They're at the 10-yard line.
Yep. And good. Once again, hit him right in the hands. Another good slant.
A lot of drops here for Bishop Guertin on the passing game.
Connolly did not look in. I think we could see it. He turned his helmet.
Yep.
His face mask started to point toward the goal line before he'd secured the ball. Fundamental football right there. And that,
so now 4th down. Are we
Coach Nalen scratching his head.
Are we going to go for a kick here or not? They have change in personnel. It certainly looks like they're going to try to kick it.
Well, they got a
yes,
tee.
They are.
And Sam Fayyad, as I said, a really reliable captain. And
They'll kick it from about the 18-yard line, so it should be a 28-yard field goal.
Well, and they had a kid, Connor Lennon, the 6'6" receiver, but also a terrific kicker with a lot of leg last year. And Bowen has to fill those big shoes.
Right, so Bowen's going to be the kicker here. Blocked,
and there's our guy, Dylan Noble.
Yep.
It trickles outside to the left side, and North falls on it. That'd be Uveris, who's made 3 good plays on this drive. And it's a low kick.
All right, Rich McDonough, I'm going to have to get down on the field. Can't really shoot from up here, so I will see you midway through the second quarter if I can get up that
Just
quickly.
use caution exiting our pickup bed studio today, Tom King. I want you back. All right, Rich McDonough here. I'll take over. Tom King's going to do his telegraph duties for a while. And that's our pattern here when we call games together. More fun having them, but we'll do our best for you while we're here. Speaking of Dylan's, we got Dylan Smith on camera here and Dan Young back in the shop doing all the production. This will be delayed streamed on maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday on our channel and on the Nashua ETV and our YouTube channel, also called Nashua ETV. A big high wobbler thrown by Canaway and going up, leaping catch. Alice Royce Cortez went way upstairs and came down with it. And that'll be a big first down after the field goal block, and that gets him out to the 43-yard line approximately. Again, we don't have hash marks, but that's a big play, and it looked like a game of 500. You play that in your backyard or in the pool, and he went up and came down with it. He gets 500 for that, in my opinion. All right, 1st and 10. We're down to the 2.5-minute mark inside our first quarter. And a loaded backfield here for Nashua North. All the line is pinched tight. And this one gets flipped right to Sase, who hands off inside to Luke Peters. Luke Peters off and running, and a good tackle, but way downfield by Cole Reeves and into BG territory. That's a huge play, second one in a row, and that'll be a big first down for the Titans. That's a great sequence there. All kinds of confusion among the BG defenders, and they got hands on hips kind of staring at the sidelines and their coaches wondering what the heck just happened. No matter what happened was a first down, huge one for Nashua North, and we are 2 minutes even in the first quarter. We're knotted up at zeros here on the grass field at Nashua North campus. And again, Luke Peters, he loves going right, running right. This time they diagnose it instantly. And a pretty good tackle from behind there by Connolly. Ryan Connolly's been busy on both sides of the ball. And there was no gain on that play. That's a second down for the Titans. And again, we're now at 1.5 and counting in our first quarter here. And again, if you're just joining us at home, you can look at the field. There are almost no markings on it. Because of the Estella Stadium closure, we had to shift to an auxiliary field, and it's in gorgeous shape, but it doesn't have a full set of markings. My guess is for the next home game we'll see that, but we'll do our best for you trying to get the ball location. And that's a good fake inside and then dumped over the top by Canaway, and it's caught. Nice catch there by Darius Smith.
For the Titans, that's Darius Smith.
And he's a valuable do-everything player, and he comes up limping. And Cole Reeves made that tackle, but he looks like he twisted Darius Smith's ankle to hang on to him. He's a tough man to tackle, all-state caliber player, and does everything. Has played lineman on both sides of the ball, original position running back, and he's smacking his helmet wishing he'd broken that tackle. And like I was saying, they just hung on to him, and good tackle there. All right, so here we go. We got 3rd down and 3, 30 seconds on the clock, 0-0 on the scoreboard. All right, goes right back to Sase, direct snap there, and he gets around the corner, and he's met there one more time. Connolly, again, busy boy. Hard to tell whether they gave him any progress. And he did pick up just enough for that first down. That'll move the chains. We're at 15 seconds and counting, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Titans. Best of atmosphere, notwithstanding the stadium change, folks. Great job by both schools. Lisa Gingras is the all-world athletic director for Nashua schools here, and a great friend to our program, and she does a terrific job. Super challenged And folks, that'll be it for the first quarter. It was entertaining, even if it is 0-0. There were good drives, good plays, a couple of missed passing and catching attempts there by both teams. But they're going to take a break, and we're going to do the same. This is Rich McDonough here for Nashua ETV. We'll see you on the other side. And folks, welcome back from our first quarter break. And we've got Nashua North driving after a couple of big chunk plays and then a steady diet of running both gaps. And they've got the nose of the football at Bishop Guertin's 15-yard line. It's 2nd and about 6. All right, Sasay's now in the backfield. Low snap, he handles it, keeps it himself in the RPO, and he breaks through to the third level.
And that is number 3, Darius.
And once again, busy Ryan Connolly brings him down on, looks like the 5-yard line there. If you can pick it up on the camera, very difficult. It looks like the goal line, but the goal lines here are marked in blue paint, and it's tough to see with the glare and now the shade. So they are at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. And Sasay's in the backfield. And he does that run pass option again. BG sniffs it out, and coming through the line and making contact is Bishop Kearns and Chimalecki. That's Chimalecki's 2nd tackle we've been able to call. He might have more, but that's what we've seen from this angle. And they lost a yard on that play. That'll make it 2nd and goal on the 6-yard line as we get going into our 0-0 game early in the second quarter. Thanks for joining us here on Nashua ETV, folks. Glad to be with you. Rich McDonough, Tom King, who's out of the pickup bed and down on the field doing double duty. Canaway's back in the field. Hands off. Good run there by Luke Peters. He is such a hard kid to tackle. Runs like a wrestler.
Like number 54, Bishop Kearns.
And he picks up appreciable yardage there. Looks like he got down to about the 1.5-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and goal. Long snap back, and Peters runs left, and he bulls through Connolly and gets himself into the end zone. The number 6 puts 6 on the board for the Titans. Touchdown. That was a wonderful, sustained drive after a big play, after the blocked field goal. And Luke Peters was the dominant force in that drive. And Nashua North at the 10:33 mark, folks, goes up 6-zip. And conversion to come.
Raposo to attempt the point after.
And Raposo is in to kick. We saw him in the first game, did a good job, and setting the ball down for the kick at the 10-yard line. That'll make it a 20-yard attempt. End zone is 10 yards deep. You add them together, 10 plus 10 is 20. All right, Raposo gets a good leg under it, and that splits the upright. And that's a good point. Raposo converts, and at 10:33, it is now 7-0 Titans over the Cardinals. Again, as we give you some information before the game, this is a must-win game for both clubs. Titans are 0-4. Bishop Guertin is 2-2, but 1-2 in the state, and they are sitting in 6th and 7th in their division. There are 3 divisions in D1, Central, East, and West. We are in the West Division here, and 13 teams make the playoff tournament, and you've got to do quality points. Bishop Guertin had an out-of-state game last weekend. You do not get any points or quality points in the standings for an out-of-state win. It's all about in-state. Now, both teams have nothing but in-state games in front of them, and they're chasing a bunch of teams who have one out-of-state game in front of them. So they can close the gap, but they have to control their schedule, and both teams we'll talk about their schedules to come. Bishop Guertin in particular has a schedule where they can win some games, and that is their mission right now. Coach Nalen has been preaching it all week long. I'm still on the parents list, so I see his notes and inspirational words to the players. all week long. That one trickles into the end zone. Conley watches it die at the goal line, and it does touch and go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Bishop Guertin will take over on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, we were looking at some of the keys to our game here. They got to control Peters when Nashua North is on offense, and he has been a Goliath so far. He is running at will for the most part. Yeah, they've stopped him on a couple of right side sweeps, but for the most part, Luke Peters is doing a whole lot of damage. All right, Cardinals trailing 7-zip, 10:33. No time comes off the clock when it rolls into the end zone, and Bowen is back in the shotgun, and coming near side on the in motion is Alex Dolan, and they give up the middle to A.J. Holmes. That's always a good call. Holmes rumbles 10-yard lines just like that. Good tackle inside by Smith, but he gets that nose of the football at the 30-yard line. Officials say good to go. That's the line to gain, and 1st and 10 at the 30. And Bowen back in the shotgun. Gets in the play from Coach Nalen, looks at his wristband. They always do that now. You got to do it. And Bowen attacks the blitzing side. Can't do it. Can't get there. Helping out on the inside. Good reaction. And holding his zone was Alfred Wilkinson. Good junior inside linebacker, number 57. It looked like Bowen got about 6 inches on the play. That's 2nd and a long 9. Short 10, whatever you want to call it. But it is 2nd down. And we're already wound down below 10 minutes here. A couple of the lights on the scoreboard are out. I'll do my best for you. Okay, Bowen is in the backfield with the quarterback turned running back, Andre Steinbruck. Both are sophomores. It was a quarterback battle in the season. Bowen's one out, and he's showing some poise. He's looking to go long. That's intended, and just over the outstretched hands of Sam Fayyad, who had his man, Roy Cortez, beat. And if Bowen could have put a little bit of air under that one, I think we're going to see Fayyad find himself in the end zone down by the Nashua North band. Nevertheless, it goes to 3rd down, and it remains 9.5 to go for a 1st down. That was a good-looking play design on the post route. And he had his man if he'd gotten his man. All right, so Bowen is alone, fakes the inside give, throws outside to Dolan. Dolan carries it and gets into the next level, gets beyond the 35-yard line, but he's brought down there by Bolio.
Brought down by number 24, Yandel Velasquez.
And Velasquez helping out on the tackle there.
4th down for the Cardinals.
And that looks like it's going to be about a 4th down and a long 3. Big decision here, and here comes Bowen. Looks like Coach Nalen's going to go with the punt, but you never know. And again, we were talking about it. 13 teams make the playoffs. Yeah, sure, we're at 4 games counting. It is no longer early in the season. This is a season maker. BG can really elevate its game, carry some momentum. And as Tom King wrote this morning in the Telegraph, North is thinking upset in spite of their 0-4 record. All right, Bowen looks left quickly, and he finds the hands. Great catch there by Ryan Conley. Conley slips down the sideline. He's being pursued there by Velasquez, who's not going to catch him. Wow, Ryan Conley from Bowen. Bishop Guertin goes 63 yards for a monster touchdown on 4th and 3.5. And Conley would not be caught. This time he's dropped a couple and he secured the ball firmly, and he was off to the races. Great throw, great hitch by Bowen to freeze the underneath defender, and he found his man in full flight. Beautiful play design, well executed by all the Cardinals right there. All right, and Bowen, again, he does all kinds of duties, and he's in to attempt the extra point. Fayyad is holding. Fayyad gets it down. Bowen has a nice strike, goes right through it. Good elevation, unlike the kick where he had a blocked field goal attempt. It was a bull rush, but it was a great trajectory on this one. And at 8:37, folks, after a lightning play from Bowen to Conley, it is now 7-7 here on the campus of Nashua North. in Nashua, New Hampshire on this beautiful fall afternoon. Great turnout here, and I think it means a lot to the kids and the players, the coaches. They had to shift the game from 6:30 Friday night lights. Instead, we have Friday afternoon sunshine, and we're lucky to have such a beautiful day. Could have gone any way. I lived here quite a while now in Vermont. You don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. So I'm not going to jinx anything, I hope. But it's a great turnout. The staff here at Nashua North did a terrific job bringing in mobile bleachers and added to the crowd capacity. And you can't say enough about the quick, excellent work they've been able to do. All right, and Bowen's back in. He's number 19 is going to kick. As always, is the very trusty, very fast Luke Peters, number 6. Back deep to receive. Bowen launches it deep, tries to push it away from Peters and does so. And Dylan Noble collects it. He turns. He had a great opening kickoff return. And there goes Dylan Noble showing his speed. And he rolls all the way into Bishop Guertin territory over the 50. And it looks like about the 47 or 46-yard line.
First and 10 Titans.
That was a fantastic 33-yard return by Dylan Noble after he had his back to the play and then rolled through and slanted upfield, got to the middle, and got beyond the contain. Bishop Guertin broke contain on that coverage right there. Hard to see at our angle today, and I don't have any monitors to see it. But that's what it looked like for me. I played 7 years, and some of the rust we're banging off some of the rust here, folks. All right, first and 10 for the Titans. This time, Canaway is solo, all alone in the backfield, takes the snap, quick throw out to the flat, and he finds Luke Peters, and you'll see that blazing speed. Nobody's catching Luke Peters. That's going to be a 46-yard touchdown. And Luke Peters has his second touchdown of the afternoon. Wow, what a blitz play that was. Sneaking up, finding the single coverage, and then once Luke Peters gets to the second level, nobody's catching him unless you got safety help over the top, and that didn't come. Bye-bye, Luke Peters. It is now 13-6 at the 8:19 mark. I'll tell you, that didn't take them long. A good long return by Noble, and then a beautiful play on first down at the 46-yard line. And all of 14 seconds went off the clock in order for Nashua North to get touchdown number 2. And once again, coming in is Raposo to do the kicking honors. Noble puts it down. Nice square hold. Refs check up on that, and that one splits the uprights again. Raposo does the honors, does the job one more time. 8:19 on the clock, folks, and it is 14-7. Bishop Guertin with that big play to Ryan Connolly, and it looked like they were back in the game, had all that mojo off a wonderful 63-yard play, and Nashua North takes the kickoff. Great return there by Noble, and then again, they knotted it up on a great play by Mr. Reliable. Number 6, Luke Peters, great athletic family, representing North for several years. Brother was a terrific player. And if you were watching the game last year, BG was the home team at Stellos, and it was going down to the wire, and Luke Peters, he's not the biggest guy on the planet, but he's got some serious vertical, and he got up and he picked it off in the end zone when BG looked like it had a shot to either tie it up or take the lead. I can't remember exactly what it was. Again, my son was Mike McDonough for the Cardinals at that point. Had a great year. Threw for 2,700 yards, but Luke got the best of him that day. And Luke's a great player and tenacious athlete, and it's a pleasure to watch. All right, in to do the kicking is Darius Smith, another Swiss Army knife type of guy, can do everything. He's the guy who got his ankle a little twisted, doesn't show any ill effects, launches that one deep, and taking it is number 84, that's Cameron Sido. He's a freshman. They've got some dings on their return game, and they've got some speed at the freshman ranks. Pretty good return, though. And Bolio makes a tackle, number 4. And it'll be first and 10 Cardinals. We'll see where they mark it. It is inside the 30. Nose of the football is right in front of me. Thank goodness for a change. It's a 27-yard line, folks. No hash marks. So we're doing AI-generated hash marks are coming, folks. It's got to be. And we got an injured player. That's Denzel Delgado de Jesus, number 52, talented junior there. and he's aching pretty good. Looks like his shoulder, his right shoulder is a little hanging a little weird right now. I think it's a stinger. I played lacrosse D1 and in Maryland through the years, and I can see a stinger. I just hope it's not anything worse than a stinger. They hurt, but they wear off pretty quickly, and he's a tough kid. We'll see him again, I believe. All right, fake. Look, Bowen looks left, passes right to his quarterback and / running back, Steinbrook, and that's a good play on first down. Really treated it like a run. Nice job, good play design, and he gets to beyond the second level. Steinbrook picks up 8, and he gets to the 35-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and a long 2 for the Cardinals. And 7:45 on the clock here in the second quarter. Nashua North 14, Bishop Guertin 7. Again, hugely important game for both teams. Nashua North would have to win out in order to get into the playoffs. I think that's pretty plain. Bishop Guertin more so controls its fate, but in losing to South in the opener, they put themselves in a disadvantage. Yeah, they lost a 2-time defending champ, Bedford, 35-13 a couple weekends ago. And that play gets a first down for the Cardinals. Nose of the football is at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, 7:15 on the clock, 14-7 on the scoreboard. Favor of the fellas in blue. Good inside fake over the middle, and this time hung on, and that is a huge catch by Cole Reeves. Cole Reeves has some afterburners. Those Jets aren't going to be caught, and folks, we got us a track meet. Holy smokes. Number 9 is just in time, and he goes 60 yards for the second touchdown of the game. Ryan Conley scored the first on a 63-yarder. And Bowen is racking up the yards at the QB position today. He had 149 yards passing last week, and he also ran for 157 yards passing last week, and he ran for 49. He's showing himself to be a real good sophomore quarterback. One more time, Bowen comes in to do the honors at the kicking for the extra point. Good rush, good pickup on the block there, and he splits the uprights. And don't blink your eyes here today, folks, at Nashua North. It is 14-14 with 7:03 in the first half. That was a heck of a play. And, he found, Cole Reeves, I almost said Conley because he had the previous touchdown. But Cole Reeves found himself all alone. He couldn't be more alone, really, in football terms. And that was a great play, great throw. What really set it up, if we have replays going at some point, I don't know that we'll have the delayed replay on the delayed broadcast, but you'll see the hitch, the little hitch to his left that Bowen gave, and that opened up, that froze the defenders in the middle, and they were able to get over the top side of the coverage. And he pierced the shell on the top side, and off to the races he goes. And, of course, as we said all game long, here comes Bowen again, number 19, quarterback, in to do the honors at the kickoff duty. And again, back deep is the blazing fast Jack Peters. This time they kick away from him, and it looks like it corkscrews out of bounds. You'll see the flags fly, and that goes out of bounds, and that'll mean Nashua North penalty on the Cardinals, and that'll mean they get some great field position to take their next drive.
And we'll give the Titans a 1st and 10.
And it'll be 1st and 10 once the refs mark this off here. And again, our scoreboard's washed out in the direct sunlight from the backside of it there. Looks like about 7:03 on the clock. Hard to tell from this angle. And again,
1st and 10 Titans from their own 35.
35-yard line in high school, 40 in college and the pros. And again, it's Rich McDonough here. Tom King, my broadcast partner, is down on the field. Not far to go this time, unlike being up in the rafters at Stellos. And he's doing double duty for the Telegraph and for Nashua ETV. Happy to be with you on this gorgeous afternoon, folks. Beautiful football weather. Sase with that carry. That was sniffed out rapidly by Sam Fayad, who put a good shoulder into him. Also on the tackle there was Jonah Feliciano. And looked like Sase picked up 3.
2nd down and about 7.
And that means it's 2nd and 7 for the Titans. Knotted up at 14 after some really exciting plays through this game. We've had long scoring. Luke Peters scored on a short run at about the 1 or 2 yard line, and then he blazed into the end zone to make it 14-7, showing that electrifying Luke Peters speed. He's got the ball now. They sniffed this one out to the Cardinals, and gang tackle led in there by Adam Paveglio. And they lost yardage on that play. He lost 2. That'll make it 3rd and 9. And we're winding toward the 6-minute mark, folks, as Nashua North huddles up. Again, Nashua North, they went to the playoffs last year. They graduated some important players. They beat Alvern, which is really surging this year, are the Broncos. They beat them 27-14, but then they lost to Portsmouth Oyster River 20-0. And POR went out and got shellacked by the eventual champion Bedford Bulldogs in the semis. All right, this time Canaway looks right. He's got somebody open. A little hand fighting going on, and Roy Cortez, he's none too happy about that. Neither were the coaches on the Titans sideline. Nevertheless, incomplete. They may have ruled that was uncatchable. It was about 15 yards beyond them. Of course, the Titans are going to say, hey, it was uncatchable because our man was getting held. Anyway, you got to play on. I coached lacrosse for 30 years and can't get every call from the guys in black and white. It's a real hard job. I have reffed, and it is thankless. It is difficult. There's so much going on. And after reffing several games, I never yelled at refs again. I do have my fingers crossed behind my back. High snap. Smith handles it, gets a kickoff. He's got a huge leg, and that is a booming kick that knuckles and corkscrews all the way down, deadens, and that is a beautiful play by Luke Peters. Guess what? Luke Peters makes another play. Number 6 is ubiquitous. He's all over the field, and that's inside the 5-yard line after that amazing kick. It looked like a all-in at about a 65-yard boot or 70-yard boot by Darius Smith. It hit beyond the deep return unit for the Cardinals, and they call poison. They stay away from it. No sense trying to make a play like that because all too many times you see it, the knuckling football gets away from the even sure-handed players. So you're better off letting it go and start from scratch. All right, inside handoff there to A.J. Holmes. That's a good guy to get you a little breathing room. He twists and turns and gets outside the 5-yard line, and that ought to get you a full breath of air. The coaching staff for the Cardinals can call a normal play now. It is a little over 3 yards on the gain. It looks like 2nd down and 7 there, and they're just outside. They're at the 6-yard line. All right, and right under center this time is Bowen. Got muscle to his right and his left. Gives it off inside. Nice job by Cole Reeves to split, and he won't quit. Cole Reeves never quits, and look at him twisting and turning. And that is a man-sized effort by number 9, Cole Reeves. We saw him with his blazing speed on that go route over the middle and score that 60-yard touchdown. And then he shows that he has almost John Riggins-like bulldozer qualities, and nobody was getting him down to the ground until he said so. Great job by Reeves. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, 16-yard line. Inside close-knit handoff, and churning in there was, looked like, couldn't see the numbers inside, looked like Feliciano.
Right up the
yep.
Goes number
and Feliciano Smith on the tackle there, but a good gain on 1st down. Again, that is what Coach Nalen has preached. You want to get good chunks on 1st down, set up other plays, of course, and they've done that. And that'll make it 2nd and a long 4 after a good run there by Feliciano inside. Goes right over center, maybe the 2, and gets into the 2nd level. Great job finding that A-gap. Good job, Feliciano. 2nd and a long 4 for sure. All right, Bowen fakes that pitch and rotates, rolls through, and finds himself beautiful 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort by Bowen, and he gets a pat on the helmet by Sisse, who made the tackle. And that is a good run, cagey heads-up play by the sophomore quarterback for the Cardinals, and he gets it just outside the 31-yard line, 2:49 on the clock. 2:40, yep, on the clock, and 1st and 10 Cardinals. 31-yard line off to the races. Cardinals looking to have a churning drive. Ooh. Baking the blitz there, or maybe showing some blitzes. Uveres, and he backs off. He looks at his bench. And now Coach Nalen and company reset their play. Bowen takes it. And here we got middle blitz. Darius Smith got up and in the face of Bowen. And that was intended for Reeves again. And with Darius Smith, the big, strong fella, coming right at him, could not get a good, accurate pass. Almost connected, but not quite. That was a great job by Smith to get vertical in a hurry, and that'll cause 2nd down and 10. And you can hear the Titans band in the background. Again, kudos to everybody for shifting on the fly this week in kind of a bummer story with Stellos having to close for the fall and get some repairs done. That happens, folks. It's life. And this pitch to Holmes, he slips right before Smith could make that pass. He trips up and he falls forward for about 6 inches, maybe. They do give him about, they say lost 6 inches, excuse me.
3rd down and 10.
And that'll be 3rd and just over 10 at the 30-yard line. And we were at 3 and change last time. Scoreboard clock is missing a few lights. It is now 2:45 and counting. And it looks like Coach Nalen's going to take plenty of time right here. If they're going to give the ball back, you don't want to, of course. You don't want to give Nashua North a whole lot of time. They've shown they can score in a hurry. Luke Peters is on a mission today. It's 14-14. Better safe than sorry. But Bowen looks right side on the sidelines, and a good snag out there by Alex Dolan, and he's able to spin and twist, and he does get the 1st down. Nice throw by Bowen, who is showing his chops as the new quarterback. Again, my kid, Mike McDonough, threw for 2,700 yards last year and had a great season, and these two young guys were freshmen, including Bowen and Steinbrook, and Bowen is doing a terrific job getting the ball out. This one, what a gang tackle in there by Nashua North. And they're going to hold BG to almost nothing. The aforementioned Steinbrook, who's doing double duty now as running back. He's got real good feet, and he's a gamer. He knows this game. He loves the game, and he's doing anything he can to help Coach Nalen, especially with depth. With the injury to Hudson Schmidt, very talented, hard-running running back, also an excellent lacrosse player. All these guys are pitching in. That one's too high, probably just as well. It was intended for 31. That's Feliciano. And if that had been on target, Luke Peters was in the mix, and that guy has a ball hawk, and it's probably better off not being on target. Anyway, it floats over the head and falls harmlessly to the field. And we were at the 147 mark and counting. And it looks like Nashua North is using a timeout. That'll be their first timeout of the half with only 1:47 left. The score knotted up at 14. For their part, I mentioned BG doesn't want to give the ball back with a bunch of time. And on 3rd and long, you got North playing it strategically and calling a timeout, keeping some time on the clock so that if they can get the ball back, they've got time to work. Obviously, as we discussed a couple of times, these fellas can strike in a hurry, and both teams can, and they're looking to do just that. But the more time you got, the better. So once again, BG comes in 6th in the West Division. Again, there are 3 divisions in D1, and each team has 7 teams. And the top 13 teams across the board in terms of quality points, that'll be a mix of playing certain opponents, and they measure your record at the end of the season and wins and losses, but they come up with quality point win, and that'll determine. It's a crazy math situation. I coached lacrosse for years around here, and it was always a mystery. Sometimes you're waiting till midnight the night before the announcements, and you're scratching your head. Math by NASA, but here we go. Bowen on 3rd and long. He completes it to Sam Fayad. It's right out the yard line, but he just twists, and he gets himself over, and they do move the chains. He got the line to gain, and it's 1st and 10 Cardinals. They move the sticks. And I tell you, Andre Steinbrook's getting good hand from his coaches. He's showing that he can do. He's multi-disciplined, multi-talented. He's throwing blocks. He's running the ball. And, boy, that's just leadership from a guy who was neck and neck at the beginning of the season in the quarterback battle and was probably we're people. I've been a coach. Kids are disappointed, but that's his attitude. I know his family, and he's saying, Coach, what do I have to do to help? And he sure is doing that. And that is big leadership, and it motivates a team. So, again, back on the playoff discussion, yeah, we're mid-season, but it's never too early because it's all about math and it's all about wins and losses, yes. But Bishop Guertin in particular can really control its destiny. They have winnable games. We'll discuss the schedule a little later, and they can control. And they've got a couple of important home games, including senior night on October 12th. And if they can manage their schedule, they can hack their way into the playoffs and maybe even find themselves in a pretty good seed. We had that last year. BG looked like it was going to be the 9th seed. They got some work done at the end of the season, and they hacked their way into a home game against Dover. And as we said earlier, they won that one. All right, 1st and 10 at the 126-minute mark. It's 14 on the scoreboard here. Again, Rich McDonough for Nashua ETV. Tom King will be back with us soon after he gets off the field. There's a good inside slant. Little funnel, finding the speedy Ryan Connolly, and Ryan Connolly rumbles all the way down, takes a hard hit on the tackle, but he is one tough kid. He had a 63-yard TD catch and run earlier. He comes up a little gimpy on that one, but knowing the Connolly family, this kid's tough. He'll come out for a breather, get some help. Kai Martin comes in his place, number 7. He flares out to the sidelines, far, split wide out. Finding himself with the inside in the slot there is Cole Reeves. He had that blazing touchdown earlier as well. And we're coming down to the 1-minute mark. Bowen throws out to the flat there. Nice catch there by Sam Fayad. He cuts across the grain, and he aims for the end zone. And he does find the chalk. And that'll be a 3rd touchdown throw for Bowen. And Fayad's first of the game. And that'll make it 20-14 for the Cardinals at the 56-second mark. Say that 10 times fast. And that was a really nicely designed play. Everybody was set left, and they brought kind of a misdirection. They weren't expecting to go inside there. That was a great job. Everybody was focused left, and Fayad cut back across the grain and found himself the end zone, finds himself the pay dirt, and Cardinals find themselves another 6. And Bowen, after that touchdown throw, does the honors in the kicking game. Fayad sets it down, touchdown. Fayad to Bowen one more time, and the kick is good. Beautiful kick, nice and high, and it's 21-14, Bishop Guertin Cardinals. That was a heck of a drive. They had 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, staring them in the face, and then Bowen had that dart of a throw to the sidelines, and Ryan Conley twisted and turned, got himself down to the ground, and here comes my partner, Tom King. I'm going to give him a hand since we're both hitting the 60-year-old mark. Welcome back, Tom King. He's doing double duty for the Nashua Telegraph. And we are in the pickup bed today, the Szymanski pickup bed.
Wait for 5 years. You'll notice the difference.
Well, I turned 60 coming up on Tuesday,
Wait
buddy.
5 years.
I feel real good, man.
You'll notice it. I felt great at 60. I felt lousy at 64.
Did you have to say that?
Yep. The clock starts ticking.
Oh.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I was wrong. Guertin's passing offense has changed the game. I thought they'd stick with the run. Their passing attack has been fantastic over this pot.
Well, and Bowen had a couple of drops in that first quarter. His accuracy has been terrific. And, boy, is he in rhythm.
But they have to stop this kid on returns. Their return coverage is horrible.
Dylan
Noble's really good. He's gone. He's gone.
This is big playitis today, Tom.
He's gone. And that is going to be, there's going to be a big talk about that at halftime. But what a job by Noble. He's an athlete. I've typed his name up in Pop Warner stuff for years, and that is about an 80-yard kickoff return.
Something on that order. It's hard to tell. But, Tom, you can look in my game notes for BG.
Yep.
Contain on the special teams.
Yeah, didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I guess with that sort of prescience, or we can go to Vegas and probably come back millionaires.
So, depending on this point after, we're going to go in tied.
You never know. Look, BG can strike just like that, too.
Yeah, no kidding. Big plays. Big play day here at the Nashua High School North Field inside their track.
Well, and appropriately, we're at a track because this is a track meet.
Ooh.
Low snap, nicely
Still
handled.
got it done. That's a great job to keep that snap going.
Dylan Noble, he's made so many big plays. That one's not going to be in the books.
No,
but that was a heck of a
handle by Noble.
Boy, a lot of other guys would have muffed that one, and not being called out for it because it was a low snap.
Yep.
Well, that was an interesting series there. You know, you had lightning fast touchdowns.
I've been mistaken for a lot of things, but never the PA announcer.
I do that. That's one of my other gigs, as Tom King knows. All right, well, Smith is in the back in the kick. He's got a. Did you see that punt that he launched earlier that went all the way down inside the
down there?
5?
Girtin kind of let it go, but they still
had to.
They had to, and they still do the job. But, boy, I'll tell you, Dylan Noble's a weapon. Special teams is a weapon in high school football. If you can play it well, you have an advantage.
Got to contain. You got to stay in your lanes.
Because the odds are the other team isn't going to play it well.
But Dylan Noble, much like Sam Fayad on his touchdown strike, but Dylan Noble is showing he is a master of the cutback.
He is. There's no doubt about it.
And this one's going to knuckle and corkscrew out of bounds. That's going to be a flag.
Yep.
And that'll mean BG starts at the 35-yard line, 47 seconds on the clock. In this game, nothing's impossible.
21 apiece. Unbelievable.
This has been an entertaining game. It was an entertaining first quarter at 0-0.
It was.
Right? I said that at the close of the first quarter.
Both teams with long drives that stalled.
Yeah. I'm stepping on your court here.
That's
Again,
all right.
we are in the Szymanski family pickup truck. Generous loaner for the day when we had to shift as well. If you see on the cameras, you can see all the scissor lifts over there.
Well, that's why the chains aren't over there, is because Guertin is on this side. The chains are always on the visiting team sidelines by rule.
Yeah.
So, he's going to go for it right away. He's got him wide open.
He's got Fayad there, and that's a good leaping grab. Question is, will BG use one of its timeouts? Looks like they did. Yes, indeed. Clock stops momentarily, but Bishop Guertin wants to talk it over. That's their second timeout of the half. And that was a wonderful
25-yard play.
Let's see. 25-yard line at the 45-yard line. Looks like 25 is a 20-yard. It's like I said, we've got no markings on the field.
Right.
So it's really hard to discern.
It is 20 yards.
Yeah, so 20-yard, but that's a huge play, and that gives them a shot with their quick strike capabilities. And also Bowen has showed that he's got some leg. So if they're in field goal position, why not, right?
Trying to think, I believe they tried one last week at North Middlesex, and it didn't get enough on it, but I'm not sure.
They've got turf now, don't they?
North Middle, yeah, they do. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice field, nice facility.
Good-looking uniforms, too.
Nice facility, yeah. Yep. Oh, no, they've got a lot of stuff there at that school. It was a nice...
yeah, good job. I coached a couple of their lacrosse players. You know, nice people.
Nice game, nice afternoon. Weather was just like this. Actually, the weather was even better. It was no clouds in the sky, and it was warm.
All right, folks, 37 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the
let's see. I'll tell you what, last year they wouldn't have been able to complete this many passes on that defense. So let's see. Screen.
That is a great.
That is.
They baited him right in.
Yeah.
There goes Andre Steinbruck. This kid, I gave him some serious props because he finished second in the QB battle, and he's doing anything he can to help his team. Anything. And Tom, you may have seen it, and I paid mention to it. Steinbruck had a nice block in the backfield on that long first down catch.
Right.
And he got big accolades from his coaching staff when he came off. I love seeing that. You know, he loves football. He loves playing quarterback.
So
and like I said,
they are down at the. No, look, anything you can do, you've got enough skilled people. They can also direct snap to him. They can also have an option, have him throw. They can do a lot of things with the number of people that they have.
And if they throw a backward pass in the backfield, he's got a good arm too.
So that's a weapon to have. Just like North has Cisse, who is likely their quarterback of the future. He'll probably be their guy next year.
And we've seen him wildcat.
Yeah.
He's a threat to catch it, and obviously he's got a good enough arm.
So BG with 28 if I look at it, 28 seconds. They were close last week as well at North Middlesex at the 30-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Bowen looks right. He finds his man over the middle. Oh, it's a low pass. This is probably the first inaccurate pass he's had in about 10 or 12 attempts. Reeves couldn't get down low enough and in time.
No, he couldn't. He had it for a second, but when he turned, the ball fell out of his hands. He had a grip on it for a second. The best thing about that play for Guertin, if you're Guertin, the clock stops. You don't have to waste the timeout.
If he had caught it, they don't have any timeouts left.
Oh, there you go.
If he had caught it, the clock's running. I think we're at the end of the quarter.
If I'm them, I throw it. Oh, well, you got to be careful. You have to look and see where Peters is if he's on defense. He's on the right side.
You better know where number 6 is.
Back and forth. That's not going to do it. They're going to need to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah, that little bubble screen, it's safe.
They got to go up and clock it.
Yeah, they do.
Well, it's 2nd down. Let's see. That was 2nd and 10. They're going to create a 4th down if they don't.
That's 3rd down, actually.
Yeah, well, they're going to create a 4th down if they clock it. So they want.
And they do, but they're going to take their shot. That's okay.
Yeah, with 2 seconds left. Again, you think that's a play that can work because it's worked earlier, but they're ready for it. What you've got to do with that little time left is you got to throw it to the end zone.
I mean, a bubble screen might as well be a run.
Yeah, you got to throw it, in my mind, to the end zone. You don't have enough time to do anything else.
All right, so who are your speed guys for BG? You got Dolan in there. I look at Cole Reeves, and obviously having a great game himself is Ryan Conley. And now this time they've got Kai Martin spread out wide right. So they've got 2 guys in formation, left side and right side. This should be interesting, TK.
2 seconds.
Pump fake, and they go over the top.
Nope.
He's looking for Dolan, couldn't get there.
Covered one-on-one. I would have thrown a seam pass over the middle and see what that does. But
that's all right. But that was a heck of a first half, Tom.
Heck of a first half. The story for North, Luke Peters and Dylan Noble. The story for Guertin, just their passing and their speed.
Passing and speed, lack of special teams coverage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So that's halftime, everybody. The score is Nashua North 21, Bishop Guertin 21 here at North High School. Stay with us for the second half. Welcome back, everybody, to Nashua North High School. The field inside the track. We've got a big one, a big play game, Rich McDonough. We're tied, Nashua North and Guertin at 21 as we are getting ready to start the second half. Get a load of these numbers. Guertin has outgained North 341 to 186. So how come it's tied?
Special teams.
A Dylan Noble 80-yard kickoff return, plus a 38-yard return to set up a 53-yard score, and that'll do it. And Nashua North has done a job with their speed. Their offense was designed to get some people out in space, but their special teams have really done it. And Guertin, 200 and let's see what he's got. 270 some odd yards passing. 13 of 26 for 270 is Nathan Bowen.
I'm surprised it was only 13 of 26. He did have a bunch of drops.
He had a bunch of drops.
And right in the hands.
And the incompletions down in the last drive.
All right, well, here we go. And in the game, getting his chops is Cameron Sida, the freshman.
Yeah, it's a nice return.
That's a good run. They have good freshman speed and sophomore speed, Tom. And he got hit hard.
Yeah, he did.
That's Krulikowski, and he knows how to deliver.
And he's hurt. He is hurt.
I can't imagine him coming back.
Nope.
That is a hard blow.
He is hurting. Yep.
Sarah Horn is the really excellent trainer for BG, and if anybody can get him feeling better, but I don't know. I played all those years in college lacrosse, and that's a tough one. Hope he's feeling better, but that's a tough one. All right, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line after the side-out return. That's coming in motion that's Dolan. Very quick. Almost slipped on the way out. But after all that, they give it
Number 13.
Yeah, they give it to Steinbruck on the 2-hole, and he gains about a yard.
No passes.
And it'll be 2nd and 9.
You got about 2. You got out to the 36. I think they marked it at the 34.
All right, Bowen with a nice throw out to the right side there. Ryan Conley.
Pass has been there the whole game, and they ain't using it.
And they keep connecting, the two of them, Conley and Bowen.
They got a long touchdown out of one of them.
And they had that critical first down on 3rd and 9 that set up their final score of the half.
He gets it to the 41.
All right, that'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Cardinals. As Tom King said, knotted up at 21, folks. It was a great, electrifying first half. And the funny thing was, it was 0-0 after one 42-point second quarter. How often do you see that? In basketball, maybe.
Right, yeah, exactly, right.
Nevertheless, 3rd and 3 for the Cardinals, and somebody was moving early.
Moved.
That may have been the first penalty on the Cardinals during the game, other than the kick out of bounds.
The kicks out, each team has kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah.
There was a pass interference call, and then there was this. That's all we've had.
It's been a clean game.
It has. We just jinxed it. It'll
But
be
my
penalties.
goodness,
It'll be penalties galore now.
Well, I mean, remember, though, we did say, though, even though it was 0-0, it was an entertaining first quarter with good drives, good plays, lots of drop passes. And, then we got all kinds of entertainment in the second.
They are 3rd and 8 from the 36.
Yeah, that was a critical penalty.
They're going to be throwing this one.
Bowen, nice slant there. Good catch on the slant route there by Conley.
Where are they going to mark it?
That's critical. Looks to me like he got it. Nope, maybe missed it by about 6 inches, folks.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
Boy, I think they've got to measure. Here they go. They're going to measure.
They can measure.
It's so close. The official looks like he's got his foot on the. Again, we don't have hash marks because of the new field.
Take a look at it, measure it.
The line to gain is about the 34.5, and the ball sits right almost at that level.
Almost at the 44-yard line.
And now they'll measure.
I said 34.5.
So the
44.5
were blocked out by the kids. So we'll see the reaction of the players and see what it is.
Can you bribe somebody to move? Bishop Guertin saying they got it, and they
do. They did. Wow.
Boy.
Well, I looked across the way. Didn't see any reaction from North, so I knew that Guertin must have gotten that first down.
When they broke there, I could see the stick was right on the white of the ball. So literally by the nose of a football.
10 from the Cardinals. 43.5-yard line.
44-yard line there.
44.
Our buddy Jason Roby doing the PA is so precise. The old ball coach himself. Pitch to Fayad. I told you he'd be running the ball some. He squeaks out a yard. Good tackle from behind by the very energized Belio.
They're trying to limit and take some load off of Holmes. He hasn't carried the ball in a while. I wondered if there's any kind of situation there.
A ding. He has been, he can get dinged up.
I'm looking to see where he is.
Yeah, I'm looking for the red shoes somewhere in the crowd there. There are a few guys with red shoes, a la Jackson Goldstein from last year. Cardinal red.
2nd and 9, 45. What do you call your coach? I say a pass. I think they're going to go over to the left side.
Yeah, he hitches out way, throws it in the little flat. Nice tackle. That was an excellent close and an excellent tackle by Smith.
And that's just it. If you're going to throw it, stay away from Darius Smith if you're Guertin, because he is great in the open field making tackles.
They gave Krulikowski credit for that internally. Interesting. Darius Smith wears 22. Caleb Smith wears number 20, at least according to the official roster. A little bit of screen in the backfield there.
And
there.
They get the amount of yards they needed? I don't think so. I think they're 2-yard shot. They are at the north 48-yard line.
Yeah. Yep. The folks in the 50-yard line and the end zone stripes are painted blue. It's kind of tough to see from these angles. Anyway, 4th down and short for BG. Here we go. We're just under 9 minutes. 21-21 in the third quarter here at Nashua North.
That's a tough
There's
one.
that classic running play. And they rip it away.
They ripped it away.
There's Mr. Smith, I believe. Nope, that's Jedwin Smith.
Oh, my goodness, what a play.
So that will be 6. What another electrifying big play, Tom King. So what happened was we've seen this play over and again, the inside keeper and a roll away from protection, from the closing tacklers. This time they flanked him and they just ripped it away from him as he went across the line of scrimmage.
Ripped it away, and it's a return of about 49 yards, actually about 50 yards.
And then he's running like he took somebody's lunch money.
Wow. Big play day here at Nashua North, and there's another one. This one by the defense.
So how can you have limited offense on paper and still head for 40-some-odd points?
Big plays on defense on a turnover.
There we go.
Turnovers and special teams.
High snap, another great handle.
He's perfect.
I tell you, Dylan Noble, this is 2 extra points that I give it to Dylan Noble for one, the low snap handle in the first half, and then that one was high and he got it down. This kid is an athlete. I mean, he must take karate or something. He's so quick.
Now, it looked like they stripped it away from Bowen.
Yeah, they did.
He had it.
It was a quarterback keep. He rolled away from a defender, or a tackler, and then they ripped it away on the backside when he was exposed. He didn't wrap up.
He did a spin move, and that kind of slowed him up a little bit, and didn't wrap up the ball and just stripped.
Well, that's classic Nayland quarterback run, keeper.
Yeah.
It gives the defense a little bit of pause.
But I'll tell you what does that show? They're not using Holmes.
Yeah,
and he's on the
agreed.
sideline. He's got his helmet on. He doesn't have red shoes. He's got white shoes today.
He does.
Yeah, so he's right in front of us, right here. We can see him. And they haven't used him. And I wonder why.
Keeps lifting his right leg there.
Yeah, I wonder if he's a little
got a
dinged up.
pull or something like that. They sure could have used him on that drive.
They sure could have.
Nevertheless, it's 28-21. In a blink of an eye, it's kind of been the story of the day. Long, exciting flash plays that get you on the board in a hurry. And here comes Darius Smith with the big leg. Look at that boot. That's going into the end zone, and it's handled there by Dolan. As fast as he is, he's not going to mess around with that. That'll be BG ball, 1st and 10 on the 20. Now down 7. They thought the mojo on the sideline after they made it 21-14, Tom, was discernible. It was electric.
And kickoff return will do that right away.
Change the whole dynamic, and then obviously high school sports of any kind.
North
turnovers
has
kill.
Touchdowns of 52 yards, 53 yards, and 80 yards.
And then Bishop Guertin has touchdowns.
Yeah, and they've got long ones too.
Yeah, 60, 63-yarder, and then a long pass to get their 21st. All right, Bowen, undaunted, goes. Nice throw,
nice
low.
catch. We couldn't see it.
It's a good catch, but he also put it, and this is very common,
where nobody else could get
where
it.
only his teammate could get it. Sam Fayad, good catch going to the dirt. It's a 8.5-yard gain. It's 2nd and a long 1, they call it. And we're heading down to the 8-minute mark. Competitive game, folks. Again, defensive battle in the first quarter, offensive show in the second. Nice throw again to Fayad. He traps that one, and then he promptly gets gang tackled, but he gets himself out to the 40-yard line. That'll be another Cardinal 1st down. They're moving the sticks. Bowen showing terrific accuracy, Tom.
No, I mean, he's shown it almost all the time when he's out there throwing the ball. He showed
good
it
young
last
quarterback.
week. Yep. Yeah, he's got some McDonough in him, I think.
Oh, boy. Yeah, well, Mike.
That was a McDonough-type first half for him.
Well, yeah, I would tell you, Mike.
270 yards.
Mike, who's my son, great player
and
last year.
Holmes.
And then he gets wrapped up.
up.
But the parents, the quarterbacks, have let me know, and you won't be surprised, Mike was a wonderful mentor as a senior
to the
All-Stater.
younger ones, yep.
And, they both, the parents have said they were really appreciated, and he's a good leader. Now happily at UVA. Got a 99 on his first calculus exam, Tom, and that means he didn't get my brains. All right, here we go, 2nd and long. Bowen looks over the middle. Good coverage, but he had his hands all over him. No flag.
Great coverage.
Yep. That's Balio. He's had himself a good game.
He sure has. That's a great defensive play.
He had a step on him.
Because if he catches that in stride, bye-bye.
We're seeing another great job by a shorter defender, and he just got his body in a good position. There's a little hand fighting, but that's part of the game. All right, that'll make it 3rd and 10.5, folks. BG, I think they got to get close, and probably they got to be thinking 4th down territory all over the field at this point. And in the shotgun, nice step up, waiting for his man to get open. Nice job.
Yeah, but is he they going to mark it at the 50? If they do, he has a chance.
Yeah, if he had leaned forward, I think there would be no doubt. As such, I think he's maybe 1.5 yards short.
Another 4th down play.
But for a sophomore quarterback, did you see the poise?
Oh, yeah.
He stepped up
because he waited.
He climbs the pocket, and then he steps up into the pocket and waited for his man to make that second shake. Nice job.
4th and 2, the 48.
All right, this is huge for the Cardinals. They're packed in right now.
My guess is it's going to to be Holmes. No,
they've been good in short yardage. He's not running cleanly.
No, he's not. You can see when he was in motion, he was limping.
BG thinks they've got it. We may have another measure. Nope, they're moving the sticks already.
I thought he got it. I thought he got to the 50.
That was Jonah Feliciano. Look at Holmes coming off the field. He is limping.
Yep, he is.
Boy, they can ill afford to lose. Number 27 back there. Nevertheless, we play on, and Feliciano's done some real good gap fill work.
Played well last week.
Yeah. But they're not deep at running back, and they need all the help they can get.
No doubt about it. They're going to have to move some of the receivers to running back to get that kind of speed and get some people loose. Oh, Bowen.
And beautiful step up.
Oh, nice throw.
Nice throw and catch. But Kai Martin gets it, takes a big hit. We got a little bit of taunting there on the sidelines. No call. The official looked like she was tempted. But that's life.
I've seen her before. I don't know her name, but she's no nonsense.
About a 6-inch gain on that. But, again, we're seeing Bowen step up with that poise, uncommon in a sophomore. Coach Nalen, as a quarterback himself, has got to be pleased. There was a big hole after Mike graduated last year. Darius Smith gets up in vertical like he did in the second quarter there.
Yeah, he changed that pass, but also Bowen was a little bit wary of the throw. You know why? Because North had a linebacker rushing in. I believe it was Smith.
Yeah, it was Smith. Yeah.
And if he had caught it, bye-bye.
Well, he's a big man coming at you. You got to be wary of that.
3rd and 10.
Boy, the cardiac cards, can they pull off another one?
Well, I'll tell you what,
3rd and long?
The thing is you go this long, you've chewed up some clock, and you come away with zip, you've hurt yourself.
All right, they're looking left all the way, and there's his man.
They have it.
Did you see how beautifully Cole Reeves found the soft spot in the zone, got underneath, and he turned and sat down on the route? Beautiful job of route running there by number 9, Cole Reeves.
Well, I'll tell you, the other factor in this game is Bowen's got time. He's got time to throw.
He's got time, and when he doesn't, he shows poise.
Yep.
I'm liking his development. Hopefully Mike McDonough is watching on the video on Saturday or Sunday, and he'll be happy to see his heir to the quarterback throne here at BG. All right, 1st and 10 cards. We're coming down to 6 minutes.
They're at the 35.
It would seem so. Yes, good eye, TK. Crossbred with a hawk. Good fake left, big rush up the middle, and he goes right into the arms.
Just as I say it, I believe that's Krulakowski.
Yeah, that is Krulakowski. He's 5 on the roster, 50.
Just as I say it.
And
Loss of 10 on the play, 2nd down and 20.
That was a very good rush. You had all three down linemen right there pursuing, and Bowen had nowhere to go. He ran away from one guy into the waiting arms of big number 50, who's a tough player.
He is. They've moved him down on the offensive line because of the fact that they wanted to get better blocking. He was playing on the tight end slot.
Yep.
They moved him into the interior. So
I've also seen him wear number 5 instead of 50.
No, he's been 50 all year. Yep.
All right, there's a good handoff to Steinbruck, who bounces it outside. A good, crafty, clever
That's a good
twisting run for the young man.
Yeah, Steinbrook showed some savvy on that run. He was going to bounce it outside. He said, no, you know what, I'll go inside. And he gets those 10 yards back, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he's a quarterback, as we've discussed, but I told you at the outset he's got good feet, and he showed it right there. And, again, he's a ball player. What do I have to do to help,
They're
Coach?
going to call it 3rd and 12. He's at the 36.
All right, he's looking right side all the way. Nice route by Fayad. He catches it. It looks like he might be short, but did he wiggle?
He was beyond the sticks. Beyond the sticks.
Nice job getting underneath the closing defender.
Saw him when
Great
he caught
job.
It. That was Fayad.
Great job. It was Fayad. But, boy, he's slippery at the point of contact. Nice job by Fayad. How many is that? About 6 or 7 conversions on 3rd and long.
Yeah, he's at the 21. So
that's a big story right there,
that's
Tom.
14, yep.
And it's Bowen with these accurate throws.
Well, Bowen's had it. Like I said, he's had a McDonough-type day. No question about it.
Not the old man McDonough, of course. Nice run there by Fayad, who's going to have to do double duty. They reacted like their fumble, but no dice.
But it's clear that Holmes is like the 4th option for them right now because of his leg.
Well, I tell you what, Krulakowski came up gimpy after that play. Watch it, big number 50 there. Yeah, I think Krulakowski's hurting. It'll be interesting to watch some of the replay.
Trainer coming out.
And how many 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
Trainer coming out. Guertin comes over to the side, and Nashua North moving over to the side. So you think it's Krulakowski. We can't see from our angle.
Yeah, he
is what? 2-1. Okay.
Krulakowski also got up gimpy. Bishop Guertin guy was trying to help him. And, yeah, I see number 21 is down. We don't have our typical vantage point from sky-high box here.
Right.
So we can't see through the trees on the sideline, as it were. That'd be Holmesy.
Jake Holmesy. Yep.
Hey, fans, 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime.
So we'd love to tell you what our next game on Nashua ETV is going to be, but we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. It's a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved yet.
All the changes and moves. So,
through research and awareness.
But we can tell you, and we alluded to it, the playoff ramifications of winning this game are huge.
They're huge. They're more huge for Guertin. North just wants to get a win. You know?
North coming up for them. North, they're at Goffstown next weekend sometime. We don't know yet.
No, they're at Goffstown. That's Friday. Friday night.
All right. Then they're at Londonderry the week after.
Right, so they've got 2 tough road games ahead of them.
And then they're Merrimack.
And that is a question as to where they're going to play that game. We don't know yet.
And then, as I mentioned, Guertin already had its out-of-state game, so they have more control over their point scoring in the standings. North goes to Canisius, and
that doesn't. That won't count. That's their season ender. And probably will be the last game they play for the season, but you never know.
Yeah.
And Guertin, 1 and 3. Let's see. Next week they're going to host Keene. We kind of know where that's going to be, but we can't say it yet because it's not confirmed.
Yeah, they're working on it.
So they're working on it.
I was going to do PA for that game, but I am doing a college triple header, Tom, at St. Michael's that day. That's going to be a long day for Rich McDonough.
22, Darius Smith.
All right, and on first down, short gain on first. That'll make it 2nd and long for the Cardinals. Yeah, and then Bishop Guertin, again, Keene. Then they have Dover. Then they're at Salem and at Merrimack to finish it out.
If I'm not mistaken, they're at the 11. Oh, let's see, almost a jump.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
Maybe the 20. We got 1 yard, 10-yard marker there. We can't see anything from here. Nice pitch. Finds Steinbrook. Great cutback by Steinbrook. And he gets goes down to the dirt. His tackler is hurt. Can't see who it is. And even Bishop Guertin, that's Cole Reeves, concerned for his brother in blue, and who seems to be pretty shaken up. Yeah, so.
Well, they're at the 21. And they had a 9-yard gain down to the 11. And
it looks like the sticks are somewhere around there. Yeah. But, Tom, important, a couple of the teams that Guertin is chasing include Dover, Salem, and possibly Merrimack. But they're chasing those guys, and Dover and Salem have out-of-state games remaining on their schedule.
Right. So, but
that's huge.
But they'll still play the same number of games, so it won't.
They just can't rack up any points.
Well, they won't rack up points then. No, you're right. So Guertin, the game with Merrimack's going to be huge. That's going to be a very big game, and that's going to be at Merrimack, I believe.
But as I was talking to Coach Nalen before the game, this is a team that is developing. They're redeveloping themselves. They're growing, but they have controllable / manageable games in front of them. The thing is, you got to show up and execute.
Well, we've got a timeout here on the field because of the injury.
Yeah, that's tough. I hope that
is
young man's
another
all right.
tough one. We don't know who that one is.
Yeah, the trainers are all around him. Looked like he may have gotten twisted up as he tried to tackle Steinbrook, who, cut back against the grain, and that's when injuries happen. Your leverage is going one way, and then you try to shift or you get nailed in the other direction. Looks like it was Velasquez.
Yeah.
Number 24, yeah, Velasquez. He's made some good plays this game. I hope he's feeling better in a few.
But that limits the depth because they've already lost another defensive back. So that limits the depth in their secondary. For Nashua North, they're going to have some guys step up and play. And my guess is they're going to just unleash Smith on Bowen if Guertin decides to throw. They're in 2-down territory. It's 3rd and 4, and my guess right now is that they're about the 7-yard line.
All right, this is a critical big play here for BG. And they give it off up the middle right there to Feliciano. He grinds out maybe a yard. And that'll make it 4th and short.
Up there by the interior defense.
And the light's starting to drop down now. It's
Another
challenge for us trying to see this game here, Tom.
Yeah, the sun is behind the clouds.
And at this makeshift angle, we are 70 yards away from the play.
4th and 2 at the 5-yard line. Let's see what we got.
Monster play here, folks. And Bowen's under center, and he goes tush-push right up the middle. Here comes the push. And he thinks they got it.
He thinks they got in the end zone.
And he got all the way in. So we couldn't see from this vantage. They were 5 yards out further. Wow, that's a great play. You can't do the true NFL tush-push in high school, but they did their best impression of it, and it worked.
Cover up enough bodies, you get away with it.
That's the right thing to do.
Now comes the all-important point after kick by Bowen, which would tie the game. Jeez, boy, I'll tell you, this thing, North and BG, they always go down to the wire.
Fun, crazy one last year. Came down to that last throw in the end zone.
Right.
And who was it? Luke? Yeah, Peters made that play.
You get it?
And Bowen makes another one. He's perfect today. Both kickers are. Wow. 28-28. Bishop Guertin answers the miscue and the turnover touchdown. And that is a great answer, Tom. That is a really great answer with an authoritative drive, mixing up the pass and run. Well done. Nicely called by Coach Nalen and his staff.
Take a guess as to how many plays that drive was. Take a guess.
13.
Nope.
Tell me.
17.
17 plays.
17 play, 80-yard drive.
And this, folks, is why we call him the TKpedia.
17 plays, 80 yards.
Well, that was
and I believe it's 115, or is that just 15 left? I think it's
hard to tell. There's some lights out. It might be 115.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's 115.
We'll sort that out. Yeah, we're dealing with. It looks like there should be 7 or 8 lights, and there are only 3 illuminated. All right, but here comes Bowen in to do double duty again on the kick. He's shown he has some good leg. They're going to keep it away if they can. The number 14, Dylan Noble. They should have, but now this time they hold their lanes, Tom.
What they did was kick to the wide side, so Noble had no running room, and that's I guess that's one or the other.
But he's just impossible. He made that acrobatic reverse catch on the sidelines before, and he went all the way across the field. I mean, the guy is a special young player, really is. And then let's not forget those 2 extra points where he had bad snaps and he made it happen. He got the ball set, and his kicker made the play. Good job there. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for Nashua. Halfway down its own territory.
Looks like it's about the 25.
Wish we could tell. They're not using the ball on feature for the scoreboard. Nice bubble right there.
You got to watch out on the outside, boy.
He pops it out.
You get the ball in Peters' hands. Watch out.
Number 10, Drew Redburn.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cole Reeves, number 9, that was speed on speed, and he ran Peters down. Doesn't happen very often. That's a pickup of 5 there. 2nd and 5 for the Titans.
Ball at about the 30.
Again, we don't have many field markings and almost no angle here today, so it's tough. We're doing pretty well-educated guesstimates, I'd say.
About 30 seconds left in the quarter, or is it 1:30? I can't tell.
It is. We're down at 20 here.
Yeah.
All right, good bounce outside. Good tackle from behind there by Steinbrook. Boy, getting it done on both sides of the ball now.
It'll be 3rd down and short.
Well, North's last 2 big plays, special teams and defense, not on offense, not since the Peters run. You know, so that hasn't been the issue, but that'll be it. We'll know where that ball's marked. You know why? They're coming our way. Don't go anywhere here. 3rd quarter is over. We are tied after 3 at 28.
There we go. All right, here we go. The pickup bed selfie, guys. Here you go, Tom. Look up.
Nashua ETV is
Here we are.
Then one the other direction with our buddy Dylan Smith. This is going to get back to the boot. We'll probably get edited out.
Please be sure to tune in to Comcast Channel 22 for replays of these games.
Well, this is the story. We're shifting on the fly here, guys.
url.com/Nashua ETV stream. Nashua ETV, where education hits home in Nashua.
So we were tied at 21 after the half, tied at 28.
At a site and time to be determined. And Nashua North will be at Goffstown. 7 o'clock start in that one. Next Friday night at Goffstown High School for the Titans. 7 o'clock start.
All right, it's a 4-yard gain for Luke Peters.
All right, we're starting the 4th quarter, folks. You can't ask for better. It's 28-28. Rich McDonough, Tom King for Nashua ETV today.
It's
barn burner of a game, Tom.
It's 3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line.
Huge play right here. Look at the stack in the backfield, and that's Sissay fielding. Steinbrook is all over him. He escapes, slips him the heel tackle, and he gets around the side. He looks like he got over the line to gain. Yeah,
that's a good call by the Titans. Darius Sissay is a weapon. You're going to see a lot of that next year, I believe.
Unsung hero, no matter what, for Bishop Guertin today is Andre Steinbrook. He almost made that play, a heck of a blitz. And Sissay showed, we said he's got some jets and he's really slippery.
Yep.
And he sure showed his worth right there. 1st and 10 for the Titans at their own 36-yard line. 28-28, just inside the beginning of the 4th quarter here at Nashua North Campus.
Peters up the middle. I haven't seen that too much. Usually he bounces it.
That was an old-fashioned gang tackle right there, led by number 29, Paveglio. Boy, it sounds like I'm in tandem with Jason Roby in the PA.
They give him a yard.
He got a yard.
Yep, he did.
They sure paid the price for it. 2nd and 9.
A lot of room for the Titans to get their players out in space towards us here, as we are right at the 30-yard line. And a lot of room on that side of the field towards the Guertin sideline. Let's see what they try to do here.
Wouldn't it be great if they just played whole half right in this half of the field?
Wow, it's Sissay at quarterback, and here he comes.
All right, here comes Sissay getting wide. Had the opportunity for the force, couldn't get there. Cole Reeves pulled up on the play, and he couldn't outflank Sissay, the speedy kid. And Sissay gains nice yardage, about 5 healthy yards. And that makes it 3rd down. It looks like 4.
3rd down.
Yeah. 3rd down and a long 4 at just outside the 40-yard. It's about the 42-yard line. Again, no hash marks here today. New field. We're doing our best. This is a big play, for both clubs. I mean, I think if they get fourth and short, Tom, we're going to see them go. And then, Bishop Guertin's got to clog up that middle. But they didn't get their force players in force position that time.
Well, they might go, they might not. They might try to pin Guertin deep. Let's see.
In the pistol.
Won't matter. He's going to have a first down.
And he gets Darius Smith out in the flats there. Nice throw, nice catch.
Well, they blitzed Steinbrook. They had him coming in, and that left Smith alone in the flat.
Well, and
there's the pass.
Well, Cole Reeves got to rotate up after that blitz comes through.
He didn't just get there in time.
And for a big man, Darius Smith can move, man. All right, it's 1st and 10 for the Titans. Ball is on the 47-yard line. 10:30 coming up in the fourth quarter in this tie game, and a great game here at Nashua North.
And they're going with Smith at QB.
There's Luke Peters going left for a change, and he gets wrapped up instantly.
He got out to the 50, I think, close to it, maybe the 49.
And once again, with all the makeshift, Tom, got to give props to Lisa Gingras and Mike Susi.
Oh, what a great job to get this done.
Did great work.
It's great that they have the facility to do it. They have this field.
It's gorgeous. I played lacrosse all those years, and you love playing on a surface like this.
So they're at the 50, right at the 50.
Nose of the ball's at the 50-yard line,
and
2nd and 7.
Canaway is back at quarterback with Sisse out to the right. And he is. It's a backward
here
pass.
Here we come, and I predicted it. Here we go.
And
he's got a man wide open down the right sideline.
And a flag.
And that is Roy Cortez.
And a flag. Probably a face mask.
Probably a face mask or a horse collar. I'll tell you what, we talked at the half, right? That this kid is the quarterback of the future. He can run, he's shifty, he's a good blocker. And I said you can throw it lateral in the backfield, and then he's got the arm. There you go.
I covered his father in high school.
I remember that.
Lamin Sisse.
There we go.
So let's see. They are at the...
I haven't seen Sean Burris today.
15.
Any news on him?
No.
Didn't you cover his father as well? Burris?
So many.
Yeah, I feel like you've covered everybody, Tom. Okay. Yeah, and that penalty does give them even deeper penetration. Can't tell from here.
I believe they are 1st and goal from the 6.
And give it to number 6. He gets out of bounds, knocked out of bounds. Dolan knocked him out of there. And it's 2nd and goal. 8:49 with the clock stopped after he got out of bounds. Ball's on the 7-yard lines, folks. 2nd and goal. 28-28. It has been a heck of a match here today. 0-0 after 1. 21s at the half. And now we're 28-28.
But this is North's best drive since the Peters touchdown run where they drove it all the way down the field. Early in the in the second quarter.
Their version of a drive is instant.
See.
And there goes Luke Peters. They blow it dead during the play.
They blew it dead. Wonder why.
Nashua North are not too happy about it. And they can't believe the call.
Right.
And I can't hear the call.
They get their arms open. Saying, what's going on? And the only thing I can think of is somebody moved and they called it and they threw the flag right away but didn't blow the whistle.
And it was the official farthest away from the play.
Well, farthest away from where the ball was, but not where the players line up. So it's against BG. And it's going to go up. Probably give them 1st and goal from half the distance at about the 3.5.
Yeah, and they were upset because it looked like Peters was going to go. So it had to have been pre-snap. All right, well, nevertheless, we have 2nd down and goal just inside the 4-yard line.
Yep.
Nashua North trying to break this tie. They've done it before.
They might give this one to Smith.
Looked like they gave it to Sisse.
Yep, he did.
Gets to the 4-hole and gets trapped up. Good gap play there by the Cardinals' defensive line. 8:25 and counting, folks. Feliciano was on that tackle. He's done a lot of good stuff. Backing up as running back today. Andre Steinbrook, we've mentioned him a number of times. They've got to fill with A.J. Holmes hurt. That's a huge loss.
I believe he got to just outside the 2. They are marked. They are putting the yards to go on the up on the board now.
We need Dylan Smith to build us a camera drone in a hurry.
I know it.
And here goes Peters. They snipped that one out. He can't get low enough and under.
No, he doesn't get in.
Looks like he got tackled at the 1.
4th and goal.
Line looked like number 77 led the way there. Aaron
Chmielewski on the tackle there. Good job sniffing that one out and forcing the play inside this time.
4th and goal.
Wow, 4th inside the 1. The report is, again, we can't see from this far away in this low an angle.
That'll bring up 4th and goal here for the Titans.
See if our buddy Jason Roby gets a bird's eye on that. We can get the yard marker, and we got a timeout on the field.
They have 1 on the board to go.
That is,
so they have 1.
Yeah, 1 to go.
Yep.
That's a good timeout, though. You tuck it over, get your best formation, get your best play, and make sure you got your best blocking scheme and just jam it in.
14 to go in regulation.
What did he say?
8-1-4.
8-1-4. Okay, so we're 8-1-4 to go. I think it's just Smith or Sisse just up the middle or somebody.
Hey.
I don't see any scenario where North can't pick up this yard.
Oh.
I think with the number of weapons that they've got,
they're built for this.
They are, and I think that this is going to be the only thing is a busted play or whatever. So they're going to have to. Guertin's going to have to be ready. They're going over what they want to do, and North's going over what they want to do. I mean, you got Smith. He's a battering ram. I would give it to him. But also, Sisse can just probably slip in between the cracks.
Well, we've talked about it before, Tom. I grew up a John Riggins fan.
That's right.
And Smith's John Riggins right now. He wears 22. Riggo wore 44.
Let's see.
And you know what's great, Tom?
Well,
the crowd has grown
the
throughout
key
the
is
afternoon.
who's at quarterback, right? And it's still Canaway. So Canaway's at QB. So he'll be the first one touching the ball.
And he's in the shotgun.
And he is in the shotgun.
In the pistol. He's got Smith behind him. Oh, and they jumped. They
jumped, and it moves it back.
Bishop Guertin's already clapping.
Oh.
They were so eager to get this going. And sometimes that timeout, Tom, it just makes you over-eager. Like, let's get out there.
I just think if you're that close to the goal line, why move your guy backwards? Get up over center.
Well, we saw that on the 4th down squeeze play, the push.
I've seen it before in high school ball where they're not schooled at getting the ball under center. They got to practice doing both.
Obviously, you like your odds with a big man like Smith and with all that momentum, but yeah. Point well taken.
This might help them. They might get somebody in space, or
and
they'll
North
kick
does
a field
another
goal.
timeout.
That's 2 timeouts.
Wow. As if there weren't enough anticipation of this 4th down and goal play. North talks it over again.
We're at 8-10 right now. 4 seconds ticked off.
What are the odds, Tom, that they go under center this time?
No, they're going to stay shotgun. They're further out.
That's right. We backed them up 5 yards.
Backed them out. I mean, the officials backed them up. So if I'm North, let's see. What do I want to do here?
What have your 5-yard to 10-yard plays been? Give it to
Luke Peters.
Give it to Peters. Student body right. Sisse with the counter directional play.
No, here's what I do. I take Canaway out. I put Sisse at quarterback. They have to worry about Sisse running the ball. I put Peters out in the flat, and I throw to Peters in the end zone.
All right, let's see if TKpedia has the crystal ball in full gear.
I got part of it right because guess who the quarterback is?
And
Darius
look, we got
Sisse.
trips right out of the gate.
So where now Peters is on the right side, number 6, on the right side.
And look, Mason Sartor is off to the left. He's the big, tall receiver.
So here we go, 4th and 6.
Boy, you got 3 athletes split out right. Look at that play. You got it.
Yep.
Sisse drew a tackler.
Yep.
Once that guy slid to Sisse, wide open, you got 3
That's it.
exceptional
that's
athletes.
What you do.
Yep, out to the right. Pick your poison, right?
And the Titans grab the lead. What a game.
And if you don't close on Sisse, he's in the end zone.
That's the fear. So that's why you put the ball in his hands, and that gives you the double threat.
That was a beautifully designed play. I think it was screamingly obvious, and BG didn't have enough men in the gaps.
You've got to see where Peters is, put 3 people over there, and then you make sure you've got enough on Sisse. But see, those are 2 guys you got to cover.
And then you got Dylan Noble in that formation.
Right.
Goodness gracious. All right, all day long, the kickers have been doing a terrific job. And Raposo knocks another one through. 8:06 on the clock, folks. What a game, 35-28. What a long drive after BG answered. I mean, it's punch after counter punch after counter punch. Heck of a game, Tom. We're lucky we're here.
Unreal.
Just think, we could have been on a flatbed today. We are in the Szymanski family pickup. Very generous of them to bail out Nashua ETV today. And we're grateful to Ken and Melissa. What a game. What a game. Again, this broadcast will be delayed. We'll see on our Nashua ETV channel. And it will be on Nashua ETV YouTube page. You can find all our broadcasts on there, edited. And it's a great resource for local high school sports.
Again, you're watching this, as Rich said, on tape delay, and now we've got North kicking off.
All right, Mr. Smith.
Guertin's going to have to answer.
Do everything player, number 22, set to kick off.
Look, Anthony Nalen knew what he was in for, because he said to me on Saturday, North is the best 0-4 team in the state.
Yep.
And he's right.
Yeah, they've got all these weapons. It's just a question. That one hits
He's got to catch it up. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Peters right there with the tackle. Peters is doing it to him.
Cam Folds had that knuckler rolling right at him, and it picked up speed after it hit the ground. Hit him right in the ankles. He did a good job getting a hold of it. But nice tackle there by Peters. Boy, the kid's everywhere, isn't he, Tom?
3 touchdowns today.
Yep. And his combined yards, not only line of yards from scrimmage, but his return yards.
Well, he didn't return with Noble, so Noble's a return guy. So Peters was more or less hadn't done a whole lot on the returns, and that pass is
nice job. Smith got a piece of that at the line of scrimmage. He actually hurt his finger in the process, but he's been up in Bowen's face a lot since the middle to end of the second quarter, and
I think now it's going to be air Bowen. You're down 7 with 7:56 to play. I think it's going to be air Bowen if you're Guertin with their offense.
Boy, who's going to score last is who's going to win. And we're under 8 minutes now, folks. Clock stopped after the deflected pass. North shifts its defensive set.
If you're Bowen, you got to watch out to the side passes. They could get picked off.
He threw that before the cut. That's a beautiful throw.
That's a nice throw.
Kai Martin had just made his break, and Bowen had launched it at the break. So once he got his face mask turned around, that ball was right there. And again, Tom, it was only where Kai Martin could grab it, nobody else.
10-yard pickup, 1st and 10 at the 30.
Big play for them. All right, Bowen back in the shotgun, has split right. They give it inside. Nice play. Good running there by Andre Steinbruck. And he is showing that he is ferocious, Tom. He is a very determined running back.
I don't think you're going to see A.J. Holmes carry the ball the rest of this game.
He's beat up and he's limping. He gave it a try in the second quarter there, or third quarter, excuse me, and it just couldn't go. That poor kid has gotten dogged with these crazy injuries, and he's such a reliable player, and that's why he's a team captain. I feel badly for him. Nevertheless, Steinbruck flanking and back to pistol. And wow, what a shake tackle there by Cole Reeves. Yeah. He picks up tons of yardage, gets inside the 40. We'll see where they mark it. Drew Lukowski tackled him, but Reeves made a great gain there. They get it 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. And again, look, can't tell.
20-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 39.
And it looks like it might be 6, 7.
Oh, and it's tipped. That time Smith.
And there he is again. That is third tip ball, I think, since the second quarter.
It's clear. Bowen has done two things. One, he's gotten the ball out quick.
Yeah.
But he's had to now because doesn't have as much time. North is just going to keep plowing Smith in there and maybe bring somebody else.
They've got to find a way to chip block him or something like that. Steinbrook is a good blocker as well. He's a physical sophomore. Good player. Let's see what he does.
2nd and 10.
And he keeps Steinbrook blocks. He lead blocks. And then Bowen, looks like he might have dropped the ball.
Fumble.
Yeah, that squirted loose.
Yep.
Can't see who fell on it, but it was definitely Nashua. And there's our boy, Jack Peters. Luke Peters. Yeah. Loved watching him play, too. But Luke Peters fell on that ball. Somebody punched it loose in the pile. And again, North takes over just inside their own 35-yard, or at the 35-yard line.
2 critical turnovers by Bishop Guertin in this game.
And both by Bowen.
Yep.
One was ripped away from him, and that was the strip fumble touchdown. And then Peters just fell on that one after it got punched loose in the crowd. You got to wrap up. He's not wrapping up the football.
I'm thinking that is going to do it because I think North is going to be able to move the football.
Well, they've shown BG has shown they can't stop him.
Not in this half.
And Peters bounces it off. You've got to be the force player right there. You can't get suckered inside when he's so shifty. He does that hitch, and he got Ryan Conley to bite.
And he got about, he didn't get much.
I know.
He only got about 2.
But he was that close to breaking one. But Ryan Conley's got to hold his seal.
Just love watching Luke Peters play football, and wait till you see him play defense in basketball.
Can't wait. We've called him before. All right, 2nd and 9. I've called him one of those lunch bucket players on the basketball court.
Ooh, that's a good fake by
handoff.
Canaway.
Somebody's going to be open down. There's Smith. Yeah, the damage was done when they all bit on that play action. That was a well-sold play action fake, Tom.
Very good fake by Canaway.
Yeah, good quarterback DNA in Canaway plan. And that is a first down. Great play design and great play execution. They got every single one of the interior BG players to bite.
They're at the 47-yard line.
That was just an excellent ball fake. Yep, 47-yard line. They're into Cardinal territory, 1st down and 10. Coach Nalen pacing the sidelines. He's got to be cooking something up, but they got to get the ball back. And they sure as heck can't even let him get a field goal.
Nope. Get a 2-score lead in this game, it's over.
All right, back to the pistol with backs on either side of him. Canaway fakes it inside, keeps it. He's
he got hit.
Run pass option there.
He got hit, but he got some yards.
He got hit hard. He had that bad knee injury to end the season last year, and he's back early, but he's playing well. And, for BG down on the field, that's Miller Nichols, who's a good player for them. And he's grabbing his lower half there. He's not feeling too good. Hope he's feeling better.
Sarah Horn runs out.
She's an excellent trainer.
And the North trainer is out there as well to see if he can help out.
Cross your fingers for Miller Nichols. Again, he's a scrappy, gritty player, and they certainly can't afford another injury. They had a bunch today. Holmes got hurt. One of their return men, that was Sidow. He got hurt on that very tough tackle on the sidelines on the kickoff return, and they can't have Miller Nichols get hurt, especially after losing Hudson Schmidt for the season in Game 1. 6:19 on the clock, 35-28 on the scoreboard. Rich McDonough, Tom King here for Nashua ETV. We got the great Dylan Smith on our camera and Dan Young doing miracle work as we shifted gears to a new venue this week, and we put a lot of stuff together, and we had a good team effort getting here. Miller Nichols gets a good hand. That left ankle looks like it's hurting pretty badly.
Yeah,
can't even put any weight on it.
Nope. So Nichols is going to come out. And we did all this with Pete Johnson on another junket.
He's on another junket.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania was calling him, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice trout fishing down there this time of year. Put some on ice, Pete. We want some. I don't think he's trout fishing.
No, I don't think he is either.
Nichols is really hurting as he comes off that field.
So where are they marking this?
Looks like it's about the 43-yard line, just the Cardinal 43, and we've got 2nd and 5. Peters Goes in, bounces it outside, turns on the Jets. Bye-bye.
See ya.
That could be the dagger, Tom
it.
King.
Luke Peters, that's it.
And he is in for the Nashua touchdown.
And this is a story of the game. Their inside, outside, their hitches, their shakes on their routes have gotten BG to bite all game long, especially in the second quarter and on.
The story of the game, 2 words, Luke and Peters.
And one other word.
Been 2
speed.
Years that he has just tortured them.
Torched and tortured.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, back into kicking duties is Marco Raposo. He's been perfect today. Looking to add his, 6th extra point. And he's got a good leg. That gets way high.
Soccer kid.
Yeah, top of the uprights there.
Former soccer player.
And it's 6 minutes left, Tom. A 14-point lead for North is pretty daunting.
And that's good. I mean, Guertin's not probably going to go to the ground game at all. They'll have to throw.
Well, we talked about it. A big win here, an upset. It would be technically an upset, but as you said, Nayland said they're the best 0-4 team in the state, and they're showing that to be true. It's commonly believed that they'd have to win out to make the tournament. And again, they're at Goffstown next weekend. Then they got to go to Londonderry. Never easy, to say the least. And then big game against Merrimack. It's going to be a tough way to hack into the playoffs. But they got to keep playing. They got to get better. With the eyeball toward November in the playoffs, you got to get deeper as well and get some guys some reps. But it is going to be a difficult road to hoe for them. Bishop Guertin with a loss today can do it. Obviously, they have a controllable schedule, but they got to shape up their defense, and they sure as heck have to shape up their special teams.
Well, they're going to be in a 1-3 hole. So they've played. They're going to have a tough one with Keene, I'll tell you that.
Physical team, but they're at home.
Well,
TBG.
Where's home? That doesn't matter right now.
Yeah.
There's no home field advantage for any of these teams.
Blood handles a knuckleball and goes up the sidelines with it. Gang tackled out there by the coverage team for the Titans. But again, we've seen Cardinals score in a hurry today, so let's not write this off. But they host Keene, then they host Dover, and they're at a tough Salem team, which I believe is 2-2 at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's more mojo in that team than it looks on paper. And then at Merrimack. So it's manageable, but it's tough.
Salem got a pretty big win, and their game against Merrimack is going to be tough. So this is a very difficult loss for this team if it ends up that way.
They've shown they can score in a hurry. Bowen has been accurate, but he's been getting the pressure all quarter long. And they elect to run through the 4-6 hole. Can't get much. Steinbrook carried it again. And we've called his name a lot. Looks like he gained about 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7. Krulakowski on the tackle. Boy, the kid's always around the ball, isn't he?
That's what he's supposed to do on defense. He and Smith. And supposed to be the iron.
And look, he's just a physical,
a great football player.
Yeah, he's built like a football player. And he's got the name.
Sure does. There he goes.
Bronco Nagurski. There's a good slant and a great... Wow. I'll tell you what. Sisse closed the gap. It was a good throw.
That was a great throw. Sisse closed it. You're wondering if he was going to get a step in front. You know what? If I was Guertin, I think you had all this space here. I'd throw the seam pass. That area was open.
They could have let him a bit more, but Sisse closed the gap, and then he got his hand around him without committing a penalty. Nice job.
If I'm BG, I try to get my guy down the middle because I think that area of the field is open.
Well, he's got single coverage out to his far left, but Sisse...
Yeah, they're throwing the ball to the sides a lot. And... whistle, and let's see.
Well, watch
what that does is that stops the play clock, and now it'll resume again.
All right, and Fayad is split way outside. Got to say, Fayad single coverage here, man-to-man.
And there they go, over the middle.
And they tried it again. Good job. He's a good route runner. And then we got a face mask.
Yep. Wow.
All right, that is just what the doctor ordered if you're Bishop Guertin right now.
You're welcome.
I tell you what, though, I was looking at that one-on-one coverage.
Was that, who's that? Fayed, right?
Yeah. Fayed, yeah. And he's shown he can beat Chassé. Chassé was giving him a lot of cushion, and he took advantage of it. Had he been in tight, closed coverage, you think he might have done a go route.
So that's going to give Guertin, let's see, the face mask call was
face mask occurred around the 40.
40, yeah.
Or 45, so it's at the 30, TK.
Yep.
That was a nicely executed play. Nice job running the corner route there.
I go again. I think the middle's all open.
And he breaks outside this time, gets both feet down. Fayed is showing his chops as a really, really talented receiver and most importantly, a route runner.
Yep.
That was a great route run against a very athletic player. All right, and that moves the ball. That's a 6-yard gain. That makes it 2nd and 4. Bishop Guertin is down to the Titan 28-yard line, and back in the shotgun goes Bowen.
They're actually at the 24.
Excuse me, folks. Yep.
Oh, Bowen's
what a step up.
Look at that.
That was a beautiful step up by Bowen.
You know, it's funny. I had to look at the roster twice to see that he was a sophomore because he does not play like one.
He's very poised.
Yeah.
Well, he moves the sticks. Nice 9-yard gain, and the key was his step up away from the rush.
Guertin has to score here to have any chance at getting overtime.
No doubt. That's a good slant. What an accurate throw.
Wow.
And a great catch in traffic by Alex Dolan. He had 3 guys around and
threaded the needle.
And what did he do? He looked it in and he tucked it away. Some of the drops in the first quarter in particular, they weren't tucking it in, and they sure as heck weren't looking it in. Clock keeps running, no huddle. They keep going, and Bowen's in the shotgun. They're down to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Bowen's looking corner, and he's looking Fayed. He can't get it. It was just a little too far outside his outstretched fingertips. 2nd and goal at the 5.
I'll stop the clock. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 for the Cards.
Oh, it's 3rd and 1. Excuse me, folks. I thought they'd gotten the first down.
3:46 left in regulation. 3:46.
I'll tell you, Steinbrook just came
let's see what happens here, and then we'll ask the strategic question.
Steinbrook just came off the field looking like he was hurting. He's getting some air. He's okay.
Well,
I'm looking at Fayed in there. Get him if you can get him in a one-on-one again. He's such a good.
You got Fayed on the left and Reeves on the right.
Yeah,
they have that.
Here comes that misdirection.
Yeah, exactly.
He rolls out of it. Bowen does.
To Fayed, and he gets down to about the 3.
Looks like they got him down at the 4 or 3-yard line. Well, that'll be 1st and goal. We'll get the official spot. Yeah, they dropped the sticks. He got it. And it looks like he's at the 3.5, folks.
This is
critical. We can't quite tell, but it looks like 3.5 minutes left.
Yep.
And they gotta do it in 2 plays. They can't use 4 plays here. Future is now, as George Allen once said. You got a little smash route in the corner, and the throw is too low. And Dolan looks like he strained a thigh or a hamstring on that play. He's getting up really slowly.
Very slow.
And he ought to take a knee and stop the clock if you're
he's
BG.
He's coming off the field. There's no way
they've got their hands up.
So the bodies are dropping. The injuries are piling up.
Yeah, this has been a physical game, and BG's taking the worst of it.
On that play, I would have just given it the ball to one of their receivers who can run, like Fayed or something like that, and just go wide. Run it wide. You would have been in.
Well, that's where your bubble screen could pay off. But they did do it. They did a smash route.
I just think you just hand the ball off wide and dare North to be able to go laterally.
Tell that to
and that's
Luke
what they're
Peters.
doing here.
And there, you use speed. Get your speed. That's Cole Reeves. Nobody can stay with him. And that's 6 points for the Cardinals. And we're looking at 3:17, it looks like, on the clock. Kind of hard to decipher. Looks like a Rorschach test.
It was 3:46 when they got down to the 6-yard line. So
that makes it 42-34. We'll bring in the sure foot of Bowen. I don't want to jinx him there. You know, like
you just did.
Oh, gosh. All right, lining up, and it's Fayed, the sure-handed Fayed, to place the ball after he takes the snap, gets it down smooth and square.
You got it.
And they blew that whistle very early, but It was a low kick, but through it goes. And a touchdown and extra point now separate us at the 3:17-minute mark. Mr. Bowen marched that team, put him on his shoulders, and, he threw the ball beautifully and ran the ball beautifully, made that critical run when it looked like he might get sacked.
Yeah, sure.
And young Mr. Bowen showed he's got some chops at QB, and he's really developing, Tom. Well, but what do we do now?
Will he develop enough to get Guertin into the playoffs if they lose this game?
Well, I got to say, kick it away from number 14 is your first order of business, Dylan Noble.
Well, see, that's the problem. You can't
or tie his cleats together.
You can't pooch it now because if you do, you give North great field position to run out the clock.
But that was a 3-minute drive.
Well, there's only one player deep now. It's Peters. He's the only one deep.
So put it in a corner. And
so you got to figure it's going to be kicked our way towards the left side of the field, towards the bottom of your TV screen. Let's see how they do it.
But even if it goes out of bounds in high school, you're at the 35, which is not horrible field position as a defense.
I don't think they're going to do it onside. Nope, they're not. And they kick it
a
this
mile
way.
high. It's trickling left, and it dies. It absolutely dies.
And now they got to get
great coverage by Cole Reeves.
And now this game has gotten a little more interesting because North is getting bad field position. They're at the 9-yard line.
I don't know about that decision to just put Peters alone back there.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
You gave him a big gap. I was saying go corner.
Unless there's something wrong with Noble. We haven't said his name in a while.
Haven't said his name, and there's a lot to say about that young athlete. He's exceptional. Exceptional athlete. He's on the sidelines with his hands on his hips. He looks okay. And he was holding on that kick, on the extra point. So, I got to believe he's okay.
First and 10 at the 10.
And I tell you, Miller Nichols is leaving with crutches and an air cast. Sorry to see him.
3:05 to play?
We are at 3:05, Tom King. First and 10 inside their own 10. They give it to number 6, Luke Peters, and he's met and mauled by a bunch of Cardinals. Feliciano on the tackle along with the host of Cardinals right there, and he picks up 3, maybe 3.5. That brings up
North,
second and long.
If you're North, you just mosey on back to that huddle.
You use all 40 seconds, as I used to say in lacrosse, Tom, when we were killing time.
Yeah,
chew clock.
Chew clock.
Chew.
Yeah.
And Miller Nichols gets a big hand. Man, that's so sad for that young man.
That's tough.
My guess is we're not going to see him in white or green this year. That was a tough injury. And he knew it. You could see it on his face.
Third down, second down.
Big way to plug the hole. Great job in there by all the Cardinal defense, led out there by Yusuf Michaels. And BG calls their first time out of the second half. It's a 2:18, Tom, and it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 7 when we break. Good couple of stops on tough runners for
about 6 for
the Titans there.
3rd and a long 6, short 7. Play the game right here. This decides it.
Well, and then what's in your arsenal if they stop them on 3rd down, holding the 4th?
The first thing you do is just rush the punter. If you're North, you got to be very careful with the snap, the whole bit. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's see what happens here on 3rd down. Because that timeout, which Guertin needed to call, gives North time to set up a play. And my guess is they're still going to keep it on the ground. I would think that that's what they would do.
Sure.
Because you want to keep the clock rolling.
Terrific job getting this field ready to go for you today.
In
addition, Lisa Gingras, Mike Susi, the North community, Bob Bowley on the spotting, and Kelly Gabriel on the working clock. Great job.
And our PA announcer, Jason Roby, who's our colleague, just gave the entire crew here at Nashua North a whole lot of deserved credit.
No doubt about it. But here we go. Now they rotate.
All
See,
right.
look at that.
3rd and 7.
Canaway switches from the wide side, and now he's the quarterback.
And BG talked it through.
They're going to throw.
And they're going to go to the air.
And he's got time. And he's got a receiver.
And we got a flag.
Flag is down. What's
Holy
that all
smokes.
about?
And he's inside the 20, so he didn't get the line to gain, but I think they're already pointing at the Cardinals. My guess is he's hanging on to his jersey, Cardinal defender. The nose of the football is at the 20, folks.
Oh, it sure is. Wow. I didn't see who caught that ball.
81 Graham.
81.
All right, illegal receiver downfield.
Oh,
there we go.
Really?
Yep, and
it's funny. The side judge called that, but 81, is he illegal because he's a tight? He's got the number right.
As Jeff Spicoli said, I am today.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, that is a penalty on the Titans, and it looked like the nose of the football was at the line of the gain, so they can't refuse the penalty.
So,
they got to take the penalty.
That gives.
So the clock is dead.
North another. Right. Well, the clock stops.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. Somehow they're saying it's 3rd and 11.
More than that.
But they had 3rd and 7. And
so, well, it was at the 13, so it goes back to the 8. So that's right.
Yeah, there you go. I used to be a better mathematician when I was bartending, Tom.
So it's at the 8-yard line, but Guertin still has the same issue. They got to stop a pass play here.
3rd and a healthy 11, and we got pre-snap flags and delay a game. And that marks them back.
Because we're now at 1:45. You know what? Take it. Take the penalty. No, I mean, if you're North.
Oh yeah,
North,
no reason not to.
Delay all you want. You know.
But the clock is not running, and is a pre-snap penalty.
That's true.
So
the clock was running there. It's down to 1:45. The clock was running. They restarted
it shouldn't have been
the
on
clock.
the penalty.
No kidding. I'm wondering about that. Yeah.
If it was, it's at 1:45 now, Tom.
Yep.
Oh, big rush, and BG closing speed galore by Feliciano, and that's a safety, folks. Put 2 points on the board.
My goodness.
No flags, no errors, but 2 points. That closes the gap to 42-37. And Nashua North will have to punt it away or a kick of their choosing. Remember, Darius Smith has that monster punting leg. And
that's just it. Guertin gains in points, but you know what? They gain in points, but they lose in field position.
They were going to punt from here anyway.
Well, they would have had the ball probably right around the 40-yard line.
Okay.
And a chance to.
But now they can win the game, and they've shown they can drive, and North hasn't been able to stop them either.
Can they drive in 1:39? So we'll see. This is going to be interesting. This is why you play it, right?
And we got 79 points on the board.
I'll tell you what, BG North play the best football games they have for the last 3 years.
Not if you're a defensive coach today.
No, I know. No kidding. So let's see. So where do you do it?
You do it at the 20.
Yep, okay.
And it looks like they're putting a tee down, even though Smith's got that booming. He had that 70-yard punt in the first, but that roll, he got 20 off the roll, but he put 50 in the air. The kid's got a big leg. All right, but from the 20 we go, and with the speed in the back for the Cardinals, now they shift everybody back, so they take away the options that Darius Smith has for kicking.
Smith's got a great leg here, and he can do his team proud with a good kick.
Hold on to the ball if you're the Cardinals. Fair catch it if you have to.
And tackle if you're a Titan. Right? Make sure you tackle. Line drive kick. Nice catch.
That's a sure hand there by Folds. And he gets out to his left side. Looked like a horse collar tackle. There's no flag thrown. Bishop Guertin's bench is incensed.
Yeah.
They can't believe that he got horse collared and they completely missed it. But play on. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. $1:32 on the clock. 42-37 on the scoreboard. What a game, TK.
They're going to start right at the 50.
Yep, nose of the ball at the 50. The coaching staff for BG is still going ballistic about that non-call. That would have been another 15 yards.
1:32 with 2 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken, to try to win the game.
Great throw to the side. And it looks like Dolan couldn't hang on to it.
Did he catch it?
Oh, he got out of bounds and then dropped it.
Yeah. As long as the refs saw it that way, that's the thing.
He picked up 9 yards. It's a long, healthy 1. 2nd down and 1, but the clock stopped because he got out of bounds, TK.
And they don't have to waste a timeout.
Well, if we go to, we're not going to go to overtime, but if we did, we got a lights issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Have to pick it up again tomorrow.
That would be unbelievable.
Big rush here. Great
Another
throw.
one. Oh, just outside.
Just outside the reach of Fayad.
Noble on the coverage.
Important, though, he didn't put it on the backside of him. If it's missing, it's missing
Where only he can catch it.
For lack of a better term. Woody Hayes had the greatest line about the passing game. He said, only 3 things can happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
So we're, I believe, at 122, if I'm right.
That's what it looks like. It's kind of scrambled eggs up there on the scoreboard.
They're going to run it.
Yeah, do it the old-fashioned way. Looks like they might have picked that one up.
But the clock will continue to tick.
I don't know if the officials have a sense of where they're going to have to blow it dead in order to measure.
I don't think he got it.
They took their sweet time figuring that out.
They're going to call an official timeout with exactly a minute left.
Yeah, they were just outside the 50-yard line.
Boy, if you're going to run the ball there, you got to get it. If you're Guertin, nice stop by North to make sure they didn't get anywhere. So let's see here.
Well, they're bringing out the sticks. So the ball.
I don't think he got it. It's close. Let's see. Look for the reaction on either side.
I'm trying to crane my neck around.
Look for the reaction on either side. And it is a first down.
They just got it. Another half a football. All right, but the clock will run as soon as they set it and clear the sticks off the field. Nayland, for no doubt, has called the play already. And my guess is it involves some airmail.
They're at the 41. Clock will start on the snap as soon as they set the sticks.
Okay, he's got...
it's running now.
Bowen has trips right and split out left is Martin.
Wow, what a game.
Nice throw and catch.
Yeah,
short hands at Cole Reeves once again.
Down about the 31.
Clock is chewing, though. And somebody's getting up slowly, and they blow the whistle. They didn't get the first down. It was a 9-yard gain. The clock is now finally running.
And that hurts.
And we're at 49 seconds.
Yeah, 49. He's got to throw it deep. He does.
And he's short. It was short looking for Fayad. Fayad, as athletic as he couldn't change his motion that quickly. But the clock stops. It's 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1 at the 32-yard line, folks. 42 seconds or 47 on the clock. Can't tell. No, it's 47.
They have to throw. They cannot run the ball here.
I believe they have 1 timeout, right, Tom?
Yeah, 1 timeout left. They cannot they cannot run the ball here. Well, they are.
And is that Holmes back in?
That was.
And he did not. I think he did not get it. You're right on the line there, Tom. Boy, he's so gimpy.
Where they got
and when
it.
they call timeout.
Yeah, with 35
They might have gotten it.
I think they got it.
I can't see the near yard marker.
I saw the first mark where they marked it. It looked like he got it.
Yeah, finally got some room between players here.
The chains are outside the 40.
If they didn't get it, they missed it by a half an inch.
Ooh, the second he puts it down, it's a little bit further back. He just marked the ball a little bit further back. When he picked it up and put it down, he didn't put it back in the same spot. It didn't look like. So that could be a break for North, but it's close. It's close to where he had it. But wow,
whatever it is, it's going to be an inch either way.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Well, Tom, you've seen a lot of games. This has got to be one of the best.
And here we go.
Wow, the chain crew has been busy as anybody today. Boy, Rich McDonough, Tom King here, Dylan Smith, Dan Young. We got a great team, and we got a couple of high-octane teams playing ball today.
So we can see it now.
Yep.
And
they got it, folks.
They got it.
They got it by another half of football.
But the thing is they're still not close enough.
Well, and then Nayland did call timeout.
Well, no, did he?
He did.
He did.
They can take it back if they have an official timeout for a measure. So he's got the choice of keeping it. I doubt he'll do that. But the clock will run immediately when they set the ball, and get the team set. Watch the head official. We're going to watch the winding motion.
It's basically going to be Guertin's receivers.
And there we go. There's the official. Wind the clock. It should be running, and he did not run it. It's 39 seconds. Big long. Oh, my
What
goodness.
a play by Sassay.
Alex Dolan was wide open, and he threw it slightly behind him, causing him to change his route slightly. But then Sassay got his hands in there and broke that one up. Dolan should have had 6.
Yep.
Wow.
Should have.
But they had 2 men open on their routes there. It was a breakdown in the deep secondary for North, and they just dodged a big-time bullet. That was game.
42-37, 27 seconds left. Looks like, right? 27 on the clock?
29.
29? Okay, 29.
Yeah.
And still some time.
Well, they can score in seconds here.
Let me heave it again. Oh, he's open.
Oh, he was grabbing onto his jersey. I got to say, folks.
Wow. Off his hands.
The defender.
Oh.
It was intended for Connolly. It looked like Noble. Noble was grabbing Connolly's jersey, and Connolly got up hot. He was pulling on the back of his jersey, and you can actually see his route slow down. Yeah, it was 6 again.
24 seconds left.
But now you still got 3rd and 10, 4th and 10, if you can't get this one. We believe that it's not on the scoreboard. They have 1 timeout left. You don't have to get it all, but you got to get a lot of it. And you probably got to work the sidelines. They work the middle instead. They get the first down. That'll stop the clock with 18 seconds, and we got a timeout.
Down to the 15-yard line.
Yep. Just outside the 15. I got to look at it, Tom, from around a player.
And it looks like, what does it look like?
15 and a half, and it's 18 seconds on the clock. Well, here's the deal. You're in striking distance. You got 4 shots at the end zone with Dolan's arm. Yeah.
So
3, maybe 4.
The field is now condensed. 15 yards or 16 yards.
26 if you count the end zone. So that's a lot of space, and they've proven they're good with space.
Condensed though, because one of the things I noticed was that North was only they were playing a cover 2 deep safeties, and there was a lot of space to catch the ball. And the Guertin receivers, every pass he threw in stride had a step on the defender. So here, I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Well, Fayad has been diabolical on those slants, though.
Well, he's on the far side near us.
He's going to have man coverage from Sassay. You got Peters on Dolan. You got speed on speed and athlete on athlete everywhere you look, Tom. Can't ask for better. And I think North's going to use a TO. Yep. That's smart timeout.
What a game.
That's a ball. That's wise.
Does it get any better than this?
No. If you're a football fan, you're loving it.
People aren't able to watch it live.
Yeah, I agree.
And darkness is setting. This is a riot.
Should we cue up Pete Johnson playing some Springsteen, some darkness on the edge of town here? But what a game. Back and forth. Again, it's 42-37 with 18 seconds left.
After 6.
We got here at 2. Unbelievable.
Game started right at 3:30. They figured they had 3 hours to play it, and that would be plenty of time. Well, guess what?
Yeah. Well, we've been standing in the Shemansky family pickup truck, and my feet are sore, Tom.
This pickup truck may be used for something else to put lights on the field.
Good thing we're in a Ram. Oh my goodness. All right. It looks like they're going to queue up exactly the same formation. You got Dolan and Fayad split left, and in the slot, it looks like... can't see his number. It's Cole Reeves again.
Now, how many times does it come down with North having a chance at the end zone? Oh, it's way out. It's out of the end zone.
That's a TD.
No, he got it.
Wow, what a throw! He wrote it out.
Oh my goodness!
What a flag pattern! Beautiful route run by Cole Reeves, and what a throw by young Mr. Bowen, who just tattooed his name in the record books.
Wow! Wow, oh my!
That is an electrifying drive.
Unbelievable.
Nate Bowen can play football, Tom. That was an expert throw. I mean,
unbelievable. That is a throw and a half.
I got to say, I've watched my son, Mike, rewrite the record books and throw for 2,700 last year. That was a perfect throw.
That is just heartbreaking.
Holy smokes.
For Nashua North. Heartbreaking for North. Euphoria for Guertin.
And our producer, Dan Young, is thanking the football gods because we might get out of here before dark.
Flag flies.
Celebration call, maybe?
Procedure call. Movement on the line of scrimmage by the Cardinals.
Oh, on the point after.
Yeah, procedure. It might have been an illegal substitution, and off comes number 51, who might have been out there. That's Goldstein. Oh, no, he just came over to talk to coach. But
42 to 40. 43 to 40, right? Should be 43 to 40.
False start, but that is important. That backs them up.
Now, the kick takes away a field goal. 12 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go for 2.
I'm telling you.
You got to go for 2, but that backs them up off the 3 and puts them back at the 8-yard line.
So they are going to go. They are going to go for 2 here.
Oh, they have to. There's a nice toss play to Dolan. Dolan wiggles his way. Luke Peters at the goal line. Flags are flying, TK.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got a holding in the backfield. That is huge.
Wow.
I think Luke Peters kept him out. They may decline that. Clock does not run on any conversion. And one thing to look at with the kickoff, you're allowed to fair catch on the kickoff and not return the ball. And that would freeze the time. So they declined that. Luke Peters.
The penalty.
But they declined it because Luke Peters kept him out on the 1-inch line.
43-42. Oh, my goodness.
So, kickoff, Tom, if you fair catch it, the clock won't start.
Right.
If you run the ball back, and they've shown they could run anything back, the clock runs. What is your poison? Which one do you pick?
I kick it on the ground.
Kick it on the ground.
I kick it on the ground, and then
even if they rolls out of bounds, you're at the 35. You
got to go that
65
far down.
yards with 12 seconds. What a game, Tom.
What a game with darkness descending on North's field.
I'm watching Anthony Nalen, coach of Bishop Guertin, pace the sidelines.
You got 3 back there, right? You got Noble.
You got athletes, all your best athletes.
Peters.
And Sase.
You got your big 3 in speed.
I'd kick it right to Krulikowski.
Yeah, so would I.
Although you don't want to tackle him. He's a monster.
Let's see what they're doing. Oh, they kick it deep.
Bounds, and I don't think that hurts. We just talked about it. It's going to start at the 35-yard line. The clock doesn't run, but you don't have all these diabolically fast athletes running the ball back.
Well, you do it. No, not there, but they may later on.
Oh, so that's all you got left.
You got to make the tackles.
0-0 after the first quarter. It is 43-42 in the fourth with 12 seconds left. One for the ages, Tom King.
Unbelievable. Guertin and North just continue to entertain. They're going to make him kick it again. They are going to make him kick it again.
Yeah.
Yep. They want the return. So how many times?
They're coaching. They want Nate. They want Bowen to kick it out of bounds.
And how many times can you do that?
I've never been confronted with this scenario, Tom.
I've never seen. I mean, they want him to kick it out of bounds.
I played football for years and years, and I've never seen it.
He's going to have to. So, North, I'll tell you what. Let's see. And don't discount the fact if one of their speedsters get it, they may do a handoff.
Interesting. Nalen told him to just bring it over to Nalen. And there, he kicks it right over Nalen's head. And here's a flag again.
Another flag will fly.
You can't keep doing this. Because what you're doing is
and they're going to back him up 5 more yards.
You can't kick it out of bounds.
It's weird.
You kick it on the ground, and the clock starts.
Yeah, they just gave North 10 yards.
Yeah, why do that? Well, I'll have to find out after
Anybody
the game.
who knows, you guys know my Twitter. You got my cell phone. Text it in right now. I've just, in all these years watching and playing football, as a parent, as a player, never seen it. This is the 3rd attempted kickoff.
They cannot kick it out of bounds. So, but they've given him such a much shorter field.
All right, here comes Bowen one more time.
If you're North, I'm saying thank you very much. And now they do kick it deep, and now they got to cover. Whoa, look at that.
He put his whole leg into it.
Oh, my goodness.
And now he's got to run.
He's got to run and chew clock.
And now they chew, and they get him to ground.
6
seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
So what they did was they brought everybody up short, and they left Peters way back, And now they kick to the soft spots behind Peters, and Bowen put some serious leg into that one.
Good grief.
I can't hit my oversized driver that far.
No kidding.
Good thing I don't play golf anymore.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. 6 seconds to play. By all counts, unless it's a quick pass that's incomplete.
All right, you got to get it.
This should be the last game.
You got to get it all. You got to get it all. And I'll tell you, the clouds right now with the light almost gone, it's about as orange as those yard markers.
No kidding.
All right, here we go. Rolling him out right to take advantage of his right side arm. And nice breakup. A beautiful breakup there by Feliciano.
1 second.
Are they saying
that's
it?
it.
And that's it, folks.
Wow.
We have seen one of the game for the ages in Nashua. 0-0 after one, 43-42. Bishop Guertin with a beautiful come-from-behind win. Tom King, you've seen them all. This one was beautiful, don't you think?
Make sure you save it on your DVR. You want to watch it again if you're Guertin, if you're North. You want to burn this one because, boy, they had this game won.
Special night,
off
Tom.
to both teams and the Nashua North High School for doing what they did to put this game on. For Rich McDonough, Dylan Smith, and Dan here, our producer, I'm Tom King.
Dan, you did a great job in a hard situation, buddy.